Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly, game master this evening, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Paizo Publishing's excellent Pathfinder 2nd Edition RPG. We're playing in my own custom setting of the Spires of Paridar, a Coalpunk setting of occult conspiracy, class disparity, and I guess occultic mystery. I'm using occult twice in that title. Marketing will have my hide. Let me introduce you to the stars of the Spires of Paridar campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up, we've got Sean.
I am playing Golag, son of Doc. He is an orc witch who is part of a detective agency, and he also has a shadow that obeys him most of the time, and it can be useful for looking in on things.
Perfect. Next up is James.
All right. I'm playing Sally Dumer, an ancient scale Azarkati monk, also a detective, and at the moment she's lying on the pavement in a side street saying ouch, having just fallen 30 feet from the side of a building.
Next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Basil Rathbone, Izoki detective or investigator. And yeah, I'm also a little bit, mixed up from this fight last time. So.
Nice. And making his triumphant return is Carl.
Yeah, hello, I'm Carl. I'm playing Hannibal Ducard, and Hannibal is a Dampier gunslinger. And I guess he's gotten some upgrades. He has a fancy rapier pistol, as well as his magical rapier. So we'll see if he can add some reinforcement.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least is Darren.
Darren, I'm playing Dr. Adam Ersprunk. He's got his trusty companion Igor, and looks like he's got a session of healing ahead of him. Very
nice, yeah. He's putting his trade to work here. First thing let's do, guys, let's everyone can set their hero points to 1. So that'll be your green bar on your token. And guys, what happened last time? So I got some visual aids to assist with this.
We started off with Basil and Adam going to speak to the clerk at the town hall, looking to retrieve some blueprints or some documents on the mansion that we're currently investigating. After a bit of persuasion and negotiation, he was happy to give us access to their sort of document room. I think it was a back room or a basement. And Basil's sort of keen eye managed to track down the blueprints fairly quickly, upon which point we travelled back to the tavern where the rest of the companions were, had a brief discussion, and then again Basil's sort of keen eye noticed that we was being watched from the shadows by some mysterious shadow creature, where we sort of planned to try and lose the tail or try and give it the slip. So we booked into another inn nearby, and whilst journeying on foot to our accommodation for the evening, we were set upon by what turned out to be a faceless woman with a couple of shadow creatures, and then a rather savage fight took place with Sally and I think Basil at some point also. I don't think Basil did get lifted up, but Sally getting flown almost above the buildings and dropped from a bit of a height. But we managed to defeat the creatures at the end, and that's where we sort of left it, with a bit of a
So I think what we had said, joking in passing, was that Golag had a bad kidney pie. So while the others had stepped outside to begin making their way to the inn that they'd be staying at, a place called the Plough, Golag maybe comes running out from the tavern, and like, what did I miss? And around this time as well, we'll say that Hannibal has taken like the last train into Dunsbridge, and you are walking down the street in time to see sort of everyone arrayed outside this the street, I guess, one of the main streets leading between the tavern and the inn. Let me move us over to our. I think this is where we want to be here. There we go. One of the only downsides to playing in a setting as dreary as Paridar is that every single one of the things from a distance looks pretty much the same. So it's like, oh, is it that dirty, grimy street with rain and overcast skies, or is it the next one or the one next to that? This is what we've been using as the image for Dunsbridge. So, from what you can see, Hannibal and Golag, you don't need to make any roll, but it does appear that Sally is looking a little worse for wear here. So, the rain is coming down quite gently. It's more of a misting than it is a proper downpour. What do you guys do next?
Well, I was certainly looking to attend to Sally's wounds first.
Sure. Okay. So I believe you've got that new feat, so you can just take a 10 on it if you'd like.
Oh, no, I haven't leveled up yet.
Oh, you haven't leveled up yet. Who's your fucking DM? Jesus.
Yeah, I keep having a word about him, but... Yes.
I keep getting these random emails from Darren just having a subject line of level 3 question mark. So, all right. So then,
is there a suggestion box around here somewhere?
I think he's just going to take us to level 4 sometime.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Level 3.
Just going to go straight there.
All right. So then, if you rush over, Dr. Sprung, you can go ahead and administer first aid on Sally. Now, do you want to go for the lower number or the higher number?
I'm going to stick with a 15.
15,
DC.
okay.
Safer option.
Okay.
So let me just give that a quick go.
Nice. All right. Okay. So then that is
2d8.
2d8. You got it.
Yeah.
15, nice
one.
Okay. It's not as bad as it looked. Okay. Basil does appear to be walking. He is wet and walking with a bit of a limp, having recovered his
I should
pistol.
try the same. I should try the same with Basil.
Okay.
Exactly the same roll. Ooh,
on the nose. Okay.
So that will be 10.
Nice.
Thanks. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Ursula, you're injured a little bit as well, too. Did you want to try and heal?
Yeah, I should try and normally fail on this one. There we go. Consistent as ever.
Right, that's the bit that's allergic to penicillin. Shit.
Yeah, I keep getting this mixed up.
Yep. So then, what happens next? So Hannibal has arrived. The last I think that Hannibal spoke to you guys was at the initial party, the initial seance, where you guys witnessed that strange woman. Oh, you might be muted, Carl, if you were talking. The woman with the cat, and he has been off doing things, but he has arrived with something from the Church of the Heavenly Host, a gift of bottled sunlight.
Yeah.
And
the irony is not lost on me. That they give the Dampier bottled sunlight.
Yeah. What were you saying, Sean?
He's looking around at everyone. It appears I missed something.
Yeah.
And I've missed a lot. I apologize for being away.
Well, welcome back, Hannibal. I'm just rejoining myself, and he puts a crumb off his mouth with a kerchief, having from a pie he was just finishing in the tavern.
You went back for seconds.
Mm-hmm. When the creature dissipated or died, did it leave like an empty amulet behind?
It did. Oh, did it? It did.
The essence sort of disappeared from inside the
Yeah,
amulet.
like she fractured open like a porcelain doll, and then you may remember there was that strange spindly creature with, likewise, with no face, horns, blackened skin, and wings that leapt up and sort of like not only like started flying, but it seemed to dissolve as it began flying away.
Yeah, so I shall hand that to Golag and say that's the remains of one of these, well, maybe once women, but now creatures.
So you need not make a roll, Dr. Earthsprung, but the stone, you've seen enough of these things, having handled them to, store them in Igor and whatnot. This is distinctly different. It doesn't have that, like, lustrous red hue to it. It's almost like it was burned out from inside.
So what happened? What exactly led to this again? So you were, when exactly did they appear? You were here for a task, right?
We wanted to stay at the room to get to the, how was it called, to this kind of mansion tomorrow. But then we were basically lured into this alley. And Sally tried to learn flying, but it wasn't a good fit.
Yep, I was sneaking up on our pursuers, but I got snuck up on myself.
Indeed.
James, that is a very smart shirt, by the way. I love it.
I thought it was very appropriate for today.
Nice. Yeah, Jeff always wears his on game nights. So.
Nice.
Oh.
So a woman with two creatures, and was this amulet different looking before you defeated her? You think?
Yes. I think actually she might be the woman we followed in the train, and that would say that all these persons are now empty shells in a way. They're already inhabited by some creature.
Basil, why don't you give us a perception check here? See if you can remember. Now that he's putting it to you, do you remember whether it was glowing red or not? You do, yeah. It most definitely was glowing red before, just like the other ones, that you've seen that seem to capture and augment whatever light falls on it to give it that really almost like LED kind of red glowing quality to it. The clothes that this woman was wearing, though, are actually, it's another black dress, it's another black gloves, but your keen eye for fashion, Basil, being the, culture vulture that you are, you definitely know that this is a different person.
Oh, yeah.
Not the same dress.
I was going to say, I think we saw the face on the woman on the train, didn't we?
Yes.
I know it was under a veil,
yeah.
but I think she still had a face at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it may be a different one.
But the jewel was the same before you defeated her, and then it crumbled in and of itself, in essence, more or less. Interesting. And was there any dialogue with her, or was it all? Did she say anything?
Is die dialogue? No.
Okay. Very good. Very good. And these shadowy creatures, were they similar to the ones I'm trying to recall, battled before, the ones in the roof of the workers?
They were slightly different this time.
Okay.
I mean, still shadowy creatures, but just, again, slightly different.
Because let's not group all shadowy creatures together and like, my tattoo moves a little, like, ruffled feathers, ruffled slightly.
I mean, they did seem to be affected by our mechanical torches and things, but it only slowed them or sort of pinned them down a bit. I mean, they're still dangerous, but it did have an effect.
Gotcha.
Well, maybe these items from the church will help against them more. And I kind of present the bottled, the priest, or would it be priest or the reverend?
It would be the priest.
The priest called it bottled sunlight.
And this was from the same.
Yeah,
Same
That
priest
one guy?
Yeah, that you for the untimely undeath of Major Fitzhume. So Hannibal seems to be like holding these vials as if it's like a distasteful thing. So whoever ends up with the vials, you guys take them from him, and he seems happy to be relieved of them. Yep. There doesn't seem to be any sign of any, in the time that you guys spend in the street, nobody is snooping on you. Nobody is poking their head out to say, like, what are you doing? The kind of things you would expect in a small town if people were talking and whatnot outside, which in itself is curious.
So you were here for a task, right? To off to the mansion, was it?
No, we were here to sleep, It is in the middle of the night, and we wanted to rest and then go to the mansion.
In the bigger picture, Basil, in the bigger picture. Yes, I understand that. Yeah, you were going to the mansion. So I guess this certainly doesn't distract from that as much as it accelerates it to get to the bottom of it, I would think.
The question is...
I can't follow you. Do you mean we shouldn't sleep now?
You're adult.
You need to sleep.
Okay, middle of the night though, I guess. Yeah, we can. I guess we can go back to the inn. We're here, and you have vanquished the rodents of the inn, with a wink to Basil, and so perhaps we use it to bed down for the night.
The only question is, will they be alerted by the disappearance of this creature, do you think? Will they be on high alert, or do you think we have time to wait?
So we have managed to find a secret way into this mansion. So I think we can sneak in at any time we like to. So if you want to go now, we can. The idea was to go when it's daytime and we are maybe in some kind of advantage, but
protection of sort.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the daylight probably trumps the immediate assault.
Okay.
Very good.
And I'm not sure who... I think, Golag, you might be the only one with spells. So you might be the only one who requires rest. I can't recall if you used any of your spells in the train or in the chase yesterday.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
You did? Okay, so you would need a good night's sleep to refresh your spell slots anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, if there is nothing else, you guys can hop back onto your mechanical carriage or wagon and head on down to the trough. The trough is... Oh, sorry, the plow, not the trough. The plow is a... very modest, like one-story kind of, old village inn. You guys will be sort of doubling up. Hannibal was unexpected, so I guess one of you is going to be tripling up. But you will be able to fit in 2 different rooms. Is there anything? Tell me about what you like. There's nothing really of note about the owner of the place. It's a elderly couple who seem vaguely put out that you're actually throwing them some business. They are at what could best be described as the minimum of polite. But on the upside, they do seem to very quickly leave you alone. So you guys are free to distribute yourselves amongst the 2 rooms as you see fit. And each has an adjoining water closet, so you do have, a bath for you, Sally, and you do have the opportunity to plan for what you want to do tomorrow. The downside is, of course, that it is all on the main level, so there are windows that are leading outside. There's no bars or anything on there, so anyone, though I think Hannibal is the most martially inclined of you, Hannibal, you know that anyone who would be determined to get in through that window is going to get themselves in.
So we probably should, even though we want to rest, we probably should be wary and set up watches.
Well, I'll certainly have Igor on sort of watch overnight, so that can cover one room. I don't know, is Goleg's shadow able to sort of stay up almost?
Yeah. If he separates it from himself, yeah, absolutely.
So maybe give us more chance to rest ourselves.
Yep. I set him above the eave of the window and to keep an eye.
Great. So how are we distributing our heroes?
I'll make it easy, and I'll go sleep in the bathroom. I'll make sure nothing comes up the plug hole.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm imposing here, so wherever you think I should be. I mean, Basil and I have hung out probably the most together.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. Me and the doctor will head to a room.
All right. I guess the only downside there is that... Oh, you could put Igor in the other room, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll send Igor into the other room.
True.
Okay. Yep. Great.
He said he stays in the bathroom, just in the water.
Yeah.
Well, I need space to myself, young lady like myself, not mixing with you, oi polite.
Yeah,
All right.
proprietary and all that.
So with a solid night's sleep, what you guys will recover is, I believe it's 2 hit points overnight. And actually, Dr. Ursprung, before you bed down, once an hour has passed, you can do first aid again on Sally.
Yeah, I'll try
And on yourself,
one more,
too.
One more attempt on Sally before the night. Okay, I should do the same as before.
Okay, 15.
Um,
I'll spend a hero point.
Thanks for trying. Oh, save the hero point.
I'll wait till the morning and then try sort of first thing in the morning.
You want to try for yourself?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Now?
That was a horrible failure.
You want to spend that hero point now?
Oh, I'm gonna have to now.
I mean, maybe I can help you. Just that reaching your back, it might be easier if you let me do it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to give up administering any sort of medicine on myself.
There you go. So it costs you a hero point. But speaking of hero points, it's noon my time now, so everyone gets a hero point as well. And you restore 7 to yourself, so you'll be at full health come tomorrow. Yep. Overnight, Sally, you will recover 2... what do you call it? 2 hit points because you're 2nd level. And then Golag, you will be able to prepare new spells come the morning by whispering to your shadow. As morning comes, you will have to kind of go to the dining room in order to enjoy breakfast or to break the fast together. And the Dr. Ursprung, if you wanted to try and administer first aid before you kind of went on with your day.
Yeah, I'll do that as soon as Sally is ready.
There we go. Nice.
Jeez.
Well, every little bit helps, I guess.
Yeah.
So another 3 hit points back for Sally.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
See me again later.
All right. So then, with you guys enjoying breakfast, it does not appear that there are any other guests of the Plow, so you guys do have the opportunity to discuss amongst yourselves. What is the plan for today?
You said there was a secret entrance.
Yeah, it was kind of a garden house or something, or gardener's house, and then there was a tunnel into the mansion.
Yeah, I've sort of made a copy of the blueprints. Or drawn them out, basically, a simple sort of copy, so we can use those. And I didn't know if, because Basil, you've got that little robot, more clockwork sort of spy thing as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I have, but it only it is able to record audio, but I don't think that will be so helpful.
Oh, it's only audio, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So our specific task here is to confront, well, I guess, gather information about what's going on in there. So some reconnoitering, if nothing else, prior to barging in, or I guess actually secretly heading in, and then confronting confronting this? We're hoping to find the Madam of Question in there, right? The not only him who we think is a cat's paw, if I'm still thinking correctly. This Augustus Thorngrove, we're still thinking is a cat's paw, right? So, I mean, obviously, perhaps to confront him, but also the Gwendolyn Fallow, what we still thinking is that she's the mastermind, right? So we would be confronting her, and we think probably there will be aggression involved, but at least is that our still thinking, the plan, the overall idea?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they're the main two targets, definitely.
Yeah.
Own two investigation targets.
And we expect ladies will still be bejeweled. Ladies will still be in our way. We are thinking, right? Indeed.
And
cats,
shadows of creatures.
Yes. Okay.
I can assure you there are no ladies.
She sips on her warm salt water.
All right. As I'm trying to figure out my spells, what would be the best? Very good. To breakfast, perhaps? How is the inn's breakfast?
It is best described as breakfast. That really is the best that can be said of it.
Toast, It
is a very aged preserves, and I don't mean aged. I mean aged, as in they've been around for a while. There's a bit of a fermentation flavor to some of the peach and strawberry preserves. The eggs are fine, but they say they're slightly burned. Not a place you would recommend for travelers with a refined palate, shall we say.
Oleg asked to help whoever's serving us. So how's business? Just to get an overall. I mean, I think he knows what the answer's going to be. But
it's the same old lady. It's business, isn't it?
Indeed.
She, if you inquire any further, you get very similar sort of, you get the distinct impression that she may be exchanging words with her husband to the effect of like, "You ain't come for dinner and a show." So she's happy to set out your food for you, but no further. All right. So then, what is the plan to just get yourself into the manor and then to sort of see what happens?
I think so. I mean, unless we want to, as you were already discussing, using whatever method we have, it would be probably my shadow, probably Basil's device to reconnoiter before actually entering the domicile. Would we prefer gathering information first or going in first?
I think we should try to get into the basement, and from there just to... I don't know whether these creatures hide in the basement or somewhere else. I think we will find them, or we will just then explore the house and can use your shadow or my device. That's okay.
Well, how about this? Why don't we at least let's reconnoiter the basement and make sure we're not, if we'll use that as our base of operation, but let's make sure first we're not stumbling into a beehive of ladies having breakfast in the basement.
Okay.
Non-ladies, as it were, Ms. Demir. So he'll send in his shadow. So Golag, let's see here. It's going to.
Are we there? I mean,
I'm sorry.
First drive there or something. I mean, just
so
Golag's just imagining it at the moment.
The first challenge will, of course, be to get to the shed itself. That is on the property,
gotcha.
So you will need to be getting yourselves onto the property. I guess out to the property first, and then onto the property, and sneak your way up to the tool shed. Which is some distance from it. From there, you can go underground. It'll lead into the actual manor proper. And then there are, from the architectural plans that the guys recovered, there are secret, panels and whatnot all throughout the building. Now, I suppose one question, being the devious-minded soul that he is, Basil may have, is do you think that they are aware of the secret passages?
I think they are aware that there are passages, but maybe not where exactly they are. Because if I understand correctly, they got this from the whatever their names were. Yeah, so they got it, but it was more like a gift. So maybe they did not get the full detail about how this works. At least I hope, because because they basically sacked all the usual stuff. So I mean, I hope they are not very into this and more were keeping to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, if they know about it, maybe they know that we don't know. So maybe they're sure there could be guards down there, but you know,
have we got a way
been
of
subtle in the past? So.
Have we got a way of detecting any sort of magical means of, you know, monitoring or protecting these tunnels or anything?
One of the things you can, the way we'll be doing the infiltration of the manor is going to be as part of the exploration mode. And one of the things you can do during the exploration mode is make use of a cantrip or a spell each round, which includes the cantrip for detect magic. Yep, and there we go. So if Golag was so inclined, he could keep his senses attuned and perhaps pick up any magical,
Well, I suggest they may use that. You know, they may be trying to trap or at least sort of cover tunnels and things with some sort of surveillance magic, if there is such a thing.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Outside of Dr. Ersprung's expertise.
Let's see. Through this. Do we see much activity on the estate? I mean, I guess we're on. Are we on the outskirts, perhaps?
You're still at breakfast right now.
Oh, we're at breakfast. Okay.
Yep.
Let's finish up our
Until you
delightful.
guys say that you are going somewhere.
Yeah. Finish up our delightful morsels and head out.
Yeah.
Okay. Now tell me how you're planning. The estate itself is about a mile or so outside of town. It's from the county road. It then leads into the actual manor itself. There are big, beautiful gates outside, but like you couldn't keep anybody out of the estate if they chose to get in. There's not it's not a walled compound or anything like that. Do you intend on leaving your horseless carriage back and then sort of like hoofing it onto the property to make your way to the house? The one upside is there is a lot of like trees and bushes and stuff like that. They have kept much of the estate in its natural state. So you will have plenty of opportunities to keep yourselves hidden as you make your way up towards it. Getting to the actual shed itself will require crossing a fairly open area. So you might want, if you have any abilities or things, devices or stuff that you might want to make use of, you can certainly do that to try and reduce the difficulty of doing that or the chance of being spotted. Once you're in, you should have no difficulty gaining access from here down into the actual manor itself. So, anyone have anything that will help in any of those senses? And do you plan? The other option is just drive onto the property itself. The gates are not locked; they're just closed. So you certainly could open them and drive, your way through. The gates are there intended to just prevent carriages or or horses or whatnot, idle people riding from off of the road onto the property. But if you're determined to open the gates, it will not keep you out.
How far do we believe the manor is from where we're eating, the inn?
It's going to be about in your vehicle, it's probably a 15 or 20 minute drive.
I don't know. Do we want to bring the vehicle or?
We've only got to stop nearby and then go on foot, haven't we? We just secure it.
Yeah.
Cover it up
in some shrubbery.
Yeah.
Trees or. Mm-hmm.
Or should we go there just openly, try to talk to them, and then pretend we are leaving but not leave?
You think it would alert them or put them on
They
guard?
know we are here, obviously. So.
I mean, we've already had the altercation yesterday, so I would think things are fairly hostile. Would that be innately hostile, or
How many times have these things attacked you?
Yeah, I mean, they seem to attack on sight almost.
yeah?
Yeah.
Hey,
So I
but
guess anything.
honestly, if we were polite and we tried to talk to them, they haven't attacked us on sight. Most of the time, something got really wrong and someone was thrown out of a train. So,
They did in the alleyway.
Yeah, last
yeah,
last
yeah,
night,
but this
yeah.
was not. So if I imagine there would be a servant or some kind, but I don't know. Well,
They
we see.
attacked us at the office once or twice, and once when we went to what's now our sort of or Golag's
Yeah, but
maid.
always some minion creatures. But
Oh yeah,
to the-
but they're sending them, I assume. So
yeah.
yeah,
And if we didn't have a secret way in, that would be much higher choice, I think, too. I'll throw this out there. I don't know that this is advised, but of course we could send someone in the front door, but not all of us in the front door. I don't know if that's that's a good idea, but I'm
well, if
for it.
anyone's going in the front door, I would recommend myself, because I don't think I'm going to go through the back door very stealthily.
Yeah,
And
at
it
least
concerns
I would not,
it's
yeah.
it's concerning, and you can see Dr. Earthsprung's already.
Does anyone have a rank of expert in stealth?
Let's see.
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty good at it. Let me see what's the
And
rank.
that would be what number would that be?
EX
perhaps, Kev?
instead of it'll be T for trained, E for expert, M for master, L for legendary. No?
T4.
I'm not
Okay,
expert in
okay.
anything.
The reason I ask is there is an exploration mode action to follow the expert, where you can actually benefit from a much. You act as if you're like one level more trained in it than what you are.
You get that at level 3.
You can get that at level 3.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you get
a
your next
subtle
skill.
dig. Is that a subtle dig? Nicely
8
done.
sessions, Madison. Come on.
That's a good one.
I think we need more t-shirts. More t-shirts.
Somebody get down the red bubble store, or we're
Where's
all
my
going to die.
level?
Yeah, James, I heard that is level 3. That's what I heard too.
So, what would you guys like to do then? You've broken your fast. You are able to drive yourself out. Do you plan on just stowing the carriage and then hoofing it, or
Yes.
is someone going to go up to the front door?
I think we're gonna. Oh, I see. Yeah, if someone's going in the front door, then maybe they take the carriage.
Yeah, no front door, I would say.
Yep. Sally's definitely not for the front door.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you're going to be confronting. Let's say, Doctor, you did go in the front door. I mean, I feel like it would immediately be a confrontation. I mean, what else are you going to talk about? What?
Well, I was going to go there to see if I could speak to
It's the
Beatrice.
Paridar
'cause she's
equivalent
been
of
missing,
the lighthouse. Have you heard the good word about the heavenly host or the watchtower? That's what I'm thinking of.
And then
okay.
open the can of sunlight and down.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I guess not. We'll have to just deal with Dr. Ersprung's heavy footsteps on the way to the shed.
Okay.
Yeah, I might hang back for the initial
Okay.
investigation and just checking it out.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's set the tone for what to expect at Stoneburn Manor. This is where we insert the thunder crash. And this is Stoneburn Manor. Now, on the way we're going to model this is as an infiltration. So basically, this is not going to be a very challenging one. It is only going to take you 6 infiltration points to get in. So what we'll do, how will we model this? I think we've got some... I guess
How far is it to the shed? I'm looking at where my shadow step of the shadow is 30 feet. It's farther than that to the shed, is it, Kevin?
Yeah, it's probably at least 100 feet between like the cover
Okay.
and the...
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's still a lot overgrown. Like what you're finding as you guys are making your way. Well, what we'll do here is let's see. What am I going to use here? Oh yes, just as a reminder of what happens in a failed infiltration. We'll use that as our countdown. This was the thing that you guys encountered incidentally. Okay, so you need 6.
Where was that encounter?
That was
yesterday.
Small. They're very small. But those were the smaller things that they fought. They said they had not fought yet, or had not faced before. They went down pretty quickly, in fairness. So,
I guess I can sneak ahead and then wave you all on when there's if I see anything and it's looking the other way.
Yeah.
I can sort of go as an advance guard.
Okay. So the first obstacle, what it is we break down the 6 points into different obstacles you're encountering along the way. The first obstacle will be people wandering, like guards or whatnot, wandering the property. These appear to be, I think, well, they're not wearing the same accoutrements that the others are wearing. They seem to be men, and they seem to be wearing what you'd expect, like groundskeepers or, houndsmasters or something like that to be wearing. Checks can include things like stealth. To get past this, you just need 2 successes. Success will give you 1 point towards the infiltration. Critical success gives you 2. Critical failure takes away 1 success and may trigger a different encounter. So how do you guys plan? And we'll just let you guys each take turns on this infiltration. Who would like to make the first roll for this?
Ms. Dumir, eh?
Yep.
Just before we start, can I just make an attempt to give Sally another bit of a medicine attention just before we go?
There you go.
Oh, good.
13.
Oh, very good.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Right.
All right.
Back to you.
So, what do we see, guys? You guys park the carriage nearby, cross the ancient stone, like low wall that marks the property for Stoneburn Manor. And who is making our first roll here? I've suggested
Sally will go first.
Yeah.
As the others.
Oh, sorry, James. I was going to say I've suggested stealth, but you guys can, of course, suggest other things as well, and you can make use of your abilities or skills or whatnot, or clever ideas that may contribute to successes towards the infiltration as well. Sorry, James. Go ahead.
So I think I'll just go for Sally will just sneak forward as the others hide in the bushes near the wall.
Okay.
I'll look for a gap between any of the people walking around, and then slide forward.
Sounds good.
When
because
I see
of
an
the
open.
Yeah, because of the extensive overgrowth in the wild parts, like the woods that sort of make up part of Stoneburn Manor, it's going to make the task easier. So your difficulty class here is only going to be a 15.
Okay. So I'll be looking to sneak the others through as I scout out the movements of the guards and try and figure out their pattern.
Absolutely.
So
okay.
Anyway, and I will use a hero point.
Sounds good. Come on, dice. Work with us. There you go.
I like it.
Very nice. All right, so what we see is with Sally in the lead, bringing you guys along. There are not a lot of people on the property, but there are enough that, some of you are noisier than others, so you need to be cautious with your way of making in, but you've nearly made it past all of the guards.
Okay.
Then, who would like to make a check next?
Hannibal is good at stealth, and going back to the war days, sticking to the trees, staying low, crouching. He's gonna try to. I can use stealth as well, right?
Generally, you can't use the same skill back to back, but in this case, there's really not a huge amount of variety, so I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, awful. I'm going to use a hero point if I can.
You absolutely can,
Wow.
yeah. Getting all those
Jeez,
ones out of your system.
Well, then a 2 is not better.
So thankfully, well, here's the upside: is that there's no, that wasn't a critical failure. What Hannibal finds, you guys are getting ready to cross a bit of, follow a bit along a trail. Hannibal sort of, he cocks his head to the side and is like, off the trail, and you guys disappear or sort of dive into the bushes, and you see 2 guys walking past with kind of these old blunderbusses, in their hands. They're not talking, which is a little unusual. Well, maybe not for certain hunters. You don't want to alert the prey. They make their way along, but it does mean you're gonna have to sort of work your way back a little further and wait a little while. Okay.
Can we determine how, do they seem, their level of alertness, do they seem fully like they're expecting trouble? Can we tell?
Good question. I think that would be a perception roll. I'll let that work towards. So the perception for these guys, let's see here. Why don't we set the difficulty here at, because you are, I'm assuming, trying to still hide yourself as well. We'll set it as an 18. Try and discern. Okay. And successes from this. Look at that. 19. Ooh. Beautiful.
Nice.
So you get another success. What you find, Golag, is yes, this definitely seems like they are expecting potentially trouble. They're not either they don't have enough people to have a constant stream of guards kind of wandering around, or they're just, they've got them spread out pretty far across the property. They most definitely seem to be, you maybe bring yourself up a little bit and try and get a look at what they're doing. You step on a fairly wet leaf, so that or a twig on the ground. It cracks a little bit, but doesn't make a huge amount of noise. So they stop. What's that?
So,
it's nothing. And then they carry on. But that suggests that they're, if you were a hunter, you would stop and try and go off in that direction, right? They seem to be just being mindful of what is lurking around out there. Sorry, Engel, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking that maybe I could just throw a stone in another direction or so.
Yeah, like a deception?
Deception, or maybe, I don't know, thievery, underworld law, whatever.
Yeah, I buy either of those. Yep.
Yeah.
Thievery more so. Thievery or deception more so than underworld lore.
Yeah, so... okay, so then I would use... it's... the modifier is always the same.
And difficulty here will be 15, once again.
Yeah, so... Oh, no, I will just use a hero point.
Hero point, that sucker? You got it.
Yeah.
Come on, big money.
No.
You throw it over, you hear the sound hits a tree. I think as you throw it, unfortunately, it sort of it ricochets off of a tree fairly close to you guys. And then you're back underneath the bush. They stop. You hear something? There's something out there. I tell you, I heard something out there. We have Dr. Ursprung and a Golag. Oh, Dr. Ursprung, you're the only one left to have done nothing yet. What would you like to try?
There's a good reason for that.
Yeah.
Well, this is your big opportunity, though. You've got this, right? The 2 guards, you've got this.
If you want, here, let me just suggest something too. I don't want to force. If your character absolutely has nothing that they can contribute to it, the intention is that you always have an opportunity. But one thing you could try that will not have consequence is to aid another. If you want to try and set up someone else for next time, you just roll against a DC 20. That'll give a +1 to someone else, and there's no. I'm not going to impose any consequence from trying to aid.
I was wondering if underworld lore would help in any way to know. Is underworld? It's not really thievery, is it? It's more creatures that live underground and stuff. Is it underworld?
No. Underworld lore is in the sense of the criminal underworld.
All right. So yeah. So maybe if because he's good at underworld lore, I'm wondering if, from a criminal sort of nature, how best to approach a building that was being got guarded, or people were trying to survey anyone coming in. So it would, how to use the angles of buildings and things like that. Rather,
we'll set this one at DC 18 as well.
Yep.
This is something a little more of an oblique use of a skill, but I totally buy that.
Okay.
There you go.
Ooh.
So Dr.
Clearly the
Urshfung
right
leans
choice.
in and is like, look, we're going about this wrong. Just wait. They're hired, aren't they? They're not going to be around for... Just wait. So they stand around for... What you see is, as Dr. Urshfung expected, they stand around for a little bit, and they're like, are you going to go in? And he's like, no. You going to go in? That's probably nothing. They turn and continue on down the path. So then, the next task, guys, will be crossing the open... what do you call it? The open area. How would you guys like to go about doing that? You could try and sneak across. You could try and sprint across. You could, as you said, keep an eye out for the timing of the guards. Everyone is taking a turn now, so anybody can go first for the next pass. Or if you have any other suggestions as well, too. I'm not sure anyone's got any illusion magic that could disguise people or anything like that, but...
Oh, by the way, Kevin, I had meant to. My usual morning thing is for my mage armor. Is it possible for me to have?
Yep. I'll send you a
day thing. So
definitely. Yep.
Can I try one more to lead the team through?
Absolutely. Before you do that, why doesn't everyone add one more hero point to their token?
Kevin's feeling bad for us. These guys are going to be horrible at this.
Got to keep that narrative metacurrency.
Would this be a good time for me to try and aid Sally with perception? So keeping an eye out while you try and sneak across the undergrowth that you can combine a bit.
Why don't you give us a DC 20, no consequence for failure.
Okay.
Look at that. +1, Sally, to your stealth roll.
+1? Well, I still won't.
Nice. Okay. So Sally
17.
times it beautifully to go racing across the open area. What you find now that you're actually closer to this is that you'd heard that this guy's had this manor for a couple of months now, right? It appears as if nobody has been maintaining the... Imagine what, a sprawling manor like this with all the different kind of bushes and flowers and shrubberies and, big open lawns, what it looks like when you just leave it unattended. It's not looking abandoned, but it is looking very ragged right now, at least the growth. You're easily able, Sally, to get yourself across, and perhaps one or two of your allies have joined you as well. Still 2 more successes needed to make their way across. Who would like to go next?
I think I just have to sneak. There isn't a lot of...
Yeah, and again, if you want to lean into what what you're best at, Carl, I'm fine with you using stealth once again, if you like.
Yeah, stealth. I mean, thievery. I can't think of a... I could try the distraction thing that Basil tried. I don't know, or just perception to kind of figure out the timing of the guards and let people go.
If you want to actually use perception, the difference between using perception here and what Dr. Urshfung did is that there's no consequence for failure for Dr. Urshfung, but the benefit is just +1 to someone else's roll. You're actually trying to spot someone, so there might be a consequence for it.
Right. Yeah, that's fine.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have a 7. We have a better than close to 50% chance. All right.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So from what you can see, Hannibal, it doesn't appear like there's no one walking or watching from inside of the house. And in spite of the illustration, there aren't any lights on in the house. It appears to be dark inside, and it's got that daytime thing where, because of the light from outside, you can't really see. It reflects off of the windows. You can't see what's going on inside. What would you guys like to do next? You only need 1 more success in order to get yourself in, and we have Golag and Basil who have yet to contribute anything this pass.
Well, Golag would probably try to use speed, perhaps. He will look at Sally who is scouting ahead and wait for the high sign of like, wait. Okay, come on. And Golag's going to be, he's actually pretty spry. He's not agile, you'd say, but he's kind of got that rhino speed a little bit of an orc. Once he gets his bolt going, it's actually fairly impressive. So that's what he was.
His only weakness is a climbing vines.
Oh, that's horrible. Imagine a rhino climbing, and now
precisely. Go ahead and give us an athletics. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead.
What were we going to say, James? Did you have...
you just imagine a kidney pie waiting for you on the other side.
Let's split the difference. DC will be a 16 on this.
Okay.
Here we go.
So hero point.
Hero point that sucker.
See,
okay.
We will be spending that.
Come on, big money.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Catches a foot.
So you're about to run, and I think because Hannibal was keeping an eye out, Hannibal's at the little garden shed right now. He's at the edge, and then you're about to race up, and as you're about to race forward, Hannibal sees a guard kind of walk around the corner, and he's like, and you manage to catch yourself. You didn't get a critical fail, so you're not triggering anything. One thing I'll say too, I didn't set it up for this challenge in our. We've been playing 2D20 Star Wars on Wednesday using the Acton Cthulhu and the Star Trek Adventures kind of rules. They have a cool mini-game thing called a countdown. This actually has something similar. Like if you're building, I didn't think to build it in, but there's a thing called awareness points. So like your failures contribute to another up-ticking clock, and it triggers results as your failures sort of accumulate. So I didn't use it in this. I guess what I'm saying is that I could have designed this better. So the tools are there, but the craftsman is poor. Basil, that leaves it to you.
Yeah, I would say maybe we need to be a little bit more acrobatic with this. I think it's just, I don't know, just doing a cartwheel and flipping around, something like that. That will just do the trick.
Okay.
The speed is just the wrong approach.
So you're ducking and weaving and whatnot through the various overgrown hedges and whatnot. Sure. So that'll be same thing as 16.
Yeah.
There you go. So he times it, and following your the clever rat folks approach, or Yasaki's approach, forgive me, you are easily able to time it. The guard passes by. All of you guys make your way up to the shed, and you are easily able to make your way in. Now, this is not part of the challenge. The lock to get in here, to pick it, does anyone have thieves' tools? I think Hannibal might.
I have thievery, but I don't know if I have thieves' tools.
If you're trained in thieves' tools, I would assume that you've got the thieves' tools on you. I may not have originally put it on your character sheet because I just forgot. But
me as well. So
both of you,
Okay. What is your? I have like an 8, so I can aid.
Yeah, no, you should do that. So yeah.
Okay. For this, DC is only going to be a 14.
Okay. Here goes.
Oleg's trained as well, but you're bound to be better than me.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I have an 8. Well, yeah. I don't know how we. Oh, come on. I'm gonna use the hero point you just gave.
You got it.
It's like a 1, a 2, and I did roll.
Focus, Hannibal. Focus.
I know it's been a while. All right. There you go.
There you go. Well, that was vampire lore.
Oh, come on.
The roll was a 15, and it actually would have been better. Yeah, it would have been
23. Yeah.
23. So you're easily able to get in spite of this being a bit of a rusted old lock, with some quick work from our resident Dampier. It pops open, you pull the lock back, and you guys gain access to the shed. Now, the tools, it should really just be a matter of let's set the perception as a DC 14. Pick one person to make the roll. Everybody else can aid it. I'll let everybody help in this search. So one person is going to try and find the secret entrance with a perception roll against DC 14. Everybody else roll against DC 20. Everyone who gets a success on that gives +1 to the roll. So who wants to make the perception?
Is light a factor in yet?
In here, it might be. I guess one thing to consider is that if you have light in the shed, it would be visible from outside.
Right, that's what I was thinking, because I have dark vision. So if anyone can see without, I think I do.
I think
it's been a while.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I do.
Well.
Yeah, Basil does as well.
I do as well. Me too.
There we
Okay,
go.
so maybe someone with dark vision, so we don't have to light up a light yet out here in the.
I buy that. So
I'm trained in perception. Let's see.
I'm closest to the ground, so I volunteer.
Okay.
That
So
sounds
why don't we
good.
have Golag, Sally, Hannibal, and Dr. Earthsprung each give us a perception check. Anyone who rolls 20 or higher will give +1 to Basil's roll. Very little help from your colleagues, Basil, but fortunately, it is a very low target number.
No!
You want to spend a hero point?
I will just use a hero point. I think I have one.
Okay.
Here. Yeah, that was a great plan.
Really? There you go. So in spite of everyone's, looking around, and in fairness, this is a very cleverly hidden thing. Like, it's the kind of thing that the groundskeepers wouldn't accidentally stumble across. It's supposed to be secret from everyone. Basil, you managed to find it. It's actually like there is a brick, like a small little space down near the bottom corner of one of the walls where you can fit a hand in. And then you push slightly within the, like once you get your whole hand in there, there's a little button or lever in there that you can pull. And there is a door that opens. So the wall you can push in, and you guys now have access to the interior of the thing. All right, so Golag, you're going to take the lead with Detect Magic?
Yes.
All right. What is your perception bone? Let's see here.
Let's see.
Let me make a quick roll here. Let's see if you're using Arcana or...
So I do have dark vision.
Yeah. Well, this will not necessarily affect you one way or the other.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm going to check. Give me one moment here. Where is... here we go. Okay. So what is your Arcana bonus, Golag? Or Occultism, either of those?
See, Arcana is an 8, and Occultism, they're both 8.
Both 8. I thought that was the case. Okay.
Yeah, they're strong in both.
So let me check here. Here we go. All right. So you make your way in. Is Golag taking the lead down here?
I think that probably makes sense. And I got a couple of thoughts that I would like to. There's a couple of things he'll be thinking that he'd like to use Detect Magic. Let's see, what is that range? 30 feet. Okay. So I'd like to Detect Magic. And he would also, at some point, like to send his shadow ahead. So those are the two things he's thinking. Like for him to be casting Detect Magic, and then at some point, maybe subsequently then, he would, put his shadow a little forward.
Okay. So the shadow is not... just so you make a decision on it. If what your concern is that there is sort of any magical alarm or whatnot that you want to detect, sending the shadow ahead, it will not be keeping an eye out for this. So it may very well trigger whatever is there. It may very well not be affected by it because of its insubstantial nature, but it will not prevent it from triggering it.
I think he's going to detect magic when he is satisfied that there isn't a magical alarm. So this maybe is later. He will then send his shadow ahead. So we'll just do that later. So he's going to be detecting magic. That's what he's going to be doing.
Okay. So this leads down to a narrow staircase under the earth, and then it leads to a passageway or like a tunnel that leads directly in the direction of Stoneburn Manor itself. You will only be able to go in single file order as you're marching down here. It sounds like Golag is going to be up front with his shadow. What is the rest of the marching order?
I want to be right at the back and quite a way back for noise purposes. So a good sort of 30 foot behind the last person.
Okay. Is Igor behind you or in front of you?
He's behind me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Caboose.
You got to get those soft sole shoes for Igor.
That's the next gift for him. Christmas.
Yeah.
big bunny slippers.
Slippers there.
Yeah.
So who is behind Golag? Who is in front of Dr. Earthsprung?
I'll go behind Golag.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stay. I guess it probably, I'm Basil, unless you want to go in front of me. but
Yeah.
because I've ranged. Yeah, so I'll stay like the rear of the first group and make sure I keep an eye on that we don't lose
Okay.
Dr. Earthsprung.
Okay. So you guys have very kindly set yourselves up in the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Golag, then Sally, then Basil, then Hannibal, then Adam. Dr. Earthsprung, forgive me. So then you guys, Golag, what you, I guess for last thing is, does anyone not have dark vision? Because it's going to be pitch black down here.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
Do Dampier have dark vision?
I don't think so. I think it's an option you can pick as one of your ancestry feats, but
It would
think
probably
so.
be under perception. If you hit the settings, it'll show senses like dark vision if you have it.
I don't think...
No, he has low light.
low light, okay.
Yeah, I've got low light as well.
So actually, if I think Sally has control over the lighting on her body, she can actually have it so it's just a low light level if you'd like.
Yeah, so I'll put my little light motes around my hand and use that to shine on the floor.
Okay, so a human or whatnot might have a great deal of difficulty navigating with this, but with the unnatural eyes of Hannibal and Dr. Earthsprung, you guys are easily able to make your way along. This is a very narrow and damp brick, walled tunnel. It leads along about maybe 200 feet. And Golag, as you're going along, keeping your eye out for any kind of arcane markings, sigils or whatnot, there does not appear to be any. It looks like this has not been used for at least 100 years. Just based on the detritus that's down, like nothing you're going to trip over or whatnot. There's just dust and whatnot that you're kicking up as you're making your way. I guess it's not dust because it is quite damp, so muddy. It's grimy down here. It's that kind of like silty dust and whatnot that settles and then gets wet. And Sally, not the kind of wet that you would enjoy. This is grimy and dirty.
No tracks. No obvious tracks.
If you look down, there does not appear to be, no.
Okay.
So you continue your way along. It takes you about 10 minutes to cautiously make your way down until you reach another set of stairs. These seem to lead up, and if the blueprints that Dr. Earthsprung copied are correct, then they should lead up into the basement.
I'll pause and listen for any possible sounds.
Okay. If you do, then you'll be seeking, which means you're going to have to drop your detect magic. You can recast that automatically, without...
Yeah,
So,
let's do
okay.
that. I will do that.
So you stop and listen. Nothing you can hear.
All right. I will recast detect magic.
Your arcane sense, once again, your eyes go black. And still nothing.
All right. I will, these stairs, Golag goes to some, the voice of his father in his head about creaking stairs, and there's some phrase that he's sick of and whatever, and he has a moment of, ugh, and he shrugs it off and carefully steps on the stairs, hoping that they're not I knew it. This father, like, I told you that first step, idiot. This kind of, and he takes his foot off it, and I think he looks back. So Sally's right behind him. So he says, maybe you should go first. Just knowing that Sally is more stealthy than he is.
Yeah.
Slip past then.
Yeah, and I say to Sally, or I could send my shadow ahead. Actually, now that he's thinking about it, we're having this moment where Golag's thinking on his feet here. Whatever we think, what would you prefer, Sally?
Well, a shadow in the dark. That works.
It's pretty good.
Go ahead.
And so he which is on his skin, and he he sort of shoos it ahead and like, get up there.
So you see a shadow sort of like slither up the stairs. So the door is sealed. Do you wish to...
At the top.
Yeah, and you can
top.
share senses with it as well because it's your familiar. So if you share senses with it, there is the secret entrance. It's basically the opposite side to what you would come in on at the gardener's shed.
So a locked door. It's come to a locked door.
Yes. If the blueprints are correct, what will happen from here, you'll be able to access the basement, and then it's like on the first floors where you'll be able to access the secret passages.
Mm-hmm. And it does not have. I tell it to try to get past the door, but it can't. It can't like slither or anything.
I don't think. Let me take a look at its.
Yeah, I'm looking too.
Golag shadow. Let's see. So I don't think it's insubstantial. So it can slink in shadows. We can barely tangible.
It can teleport. I don't know, but it can't see.
Line of sight,
I don't know
though.
that. Yeah, line of sight. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I assume it tells me that that's not going to fly.
It can be tangible though, so you can't have this open. If you want your shadow to open the door, you command it to do so.
Probably not. I'll tell Sally. So it's clear to the top, but it's run into a closed door. I don't think it's time for you to have a look.
So I'll slide myself forward.
Golag's shadow has all the versatility of a Roomba.
Time for the aquatic touch.
All right.
So I slide.
Yeah.
Will that do?
It's you guys with her lights. Are you killing your lights as well, or are you just being silent?
I'm being silent.
It's being silent.
But,
so somehow, without sound whatsoever, Sally carefully dances her way up the stairs.
So that first step doesn't make that sound for Sally. Just me.
Not even remotely. You don't even hear her footfall with a roll that good. So she easily makes her way to the top of the stairs. You have this closed door before you. What would you like to do, Sally?
So I'll have a listen at the door. Can I hear anything through there?
Your perception bonus is a 2 or a 4?
3.
A 3, okay. So you stop and listen at the door. And what you are 100% certain that there is nobody in this basement. You can hear the creaking of stairs from above, and you actually rolled well enough to specifically identify it as there are definitely people moving around in here upstairs, but not in this room. You are confident that the basement is completely free of anyone.
Okay. So I'll slide that door open, hopefully. Okay. Do I need to roll anything for that?
Not at all. With a 27, you roll a crit on your stealth anyway. And then, let me double check here. Yeah.
So I say, come on. There's nobody down here.
This is not quite right as far as a cellar is, but it is underground and creepy. So we're going to quickly move you guys over here. And what you can picture is just there's, big wardrobes and things that have tarps over them. It's the basement of a grand manor where everything is being stored, not in the attic, is down below. There are part of the basement is also being used as a root cellar, so there is storage down here. There are ancient, gardening implements and stuff that have been forgotten down here by staff at some point. Very low ceiling. It has the stink of a root cellar. But from here, at the top of the stairs, you should be able to enter the secret passages as well. Golag, if you want to make use of your shadow step, or Golag, if the shadow wants to make use of shadow step, there are ample shadows down here through which you could move.
I will, just in case, I'm going to activate my detect magic just to give it a... Just so we're...
So, you will not be able to share senses with your familiar and use your detect magic. Detect magic allows you to detect that. You being able to share its senses is something different.
Yeah. And are we all in the basement at this point?
You are still down until you guys tell me you're moving up the stairs. You are still...
Yeah, I'm head up.
Okay. So you head up into the basement, and you cannot
follow.
Yeah, you don't see anything. There is a bit of an ambient, if you were in a more modern era, you might call it static. There's some sort of fuzziness to you when you were making use of your detect magic, but you can't put your finger on what it actually is. Basil and Hannibal, you're following up as well?
Yep.
Okay. Sally, are you activating your light once again? Hannibal, you're not going to roll for falling
Yes, I'll
or
have
tripping.
my light, but all I'm doing is I put it on the palm of my hand and shining
Sure.
it down on the ground.
Got it. Okay,
So
so
they
then
can see
Hannibal,
where I am.
Yep, Hannibal, and you're able to make your way up. Basil, I saw you nodding your head. You're heading up as well. Ingolf?
Yes.
Basil's heading up as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
And then Dr. Ersprung, you're the last to the dance here.
Yeah, I'll just be standing at the bottom of the stairs, just waiting for
Okay.
the sort of heads up to head up. It's safe for a
So-
noisy.
You guys spread out, especially those of you who have dark vision. There is no one down here. You can hear, Sally, still, there are people moving around upstairs. The creaking of the boards above you suggests that there's at least 5, maybe 6 people. And they're not
Okay.
stomping around, it's people casually moving around. And if anyone is standing still or sitting down or lying down even, you obviously wouldn't hear them. So it does seem like there's quite a few people in the building.
At this point, I'm going to get out the blueprints just to show to Golag and anyone else that's on the front stealth mission,
So
just to give them a refresher.
They've all headed up into the basement, leaving you at the bottom of the stairs in the passageway. Do you want to go join them?
Yeah, I shall do my best to go up quietly.
It is noisy making your way up those stairs, but it does not appear that it draws anyone's attention. And they are quite sturdy.
As I wince numerous times.
So you get up to the top, you're like, oh boy. And then Igor comes up.
Yeah, Golag sticks his head out like, what on earth is going on down there?
Fortunately, all of you guys are able to make your way into the basement, and it does not seem that there's any response from upstairs. There's muffled conversations that are happening, but no one is like, what was that? Kind of stuff. It seems like no one is making their way down here.
I try to distract from the attention and give out the blueprints.
Okay. So you guys show the layout, the blueprints once again. Sally has her hand above it. You guys can all see quite clearly the layout of this. So this is, there's not a map I've got of the manor itself because it's a sprawling kind of thing, but the areas that would be of most interest would be there's a study or salon, there is the main hall, there are several bedrooms that are marked in here, there is a, what do you call it, a arboreum, like a garden kind of area. There is a library. There's a dining room. There's a kitchen. There's a what do you call it? Like a cupboard or closet for storing dry goods and whatnot. There is dressing room. So if any of those leap out as places of interest, you're certainly, at least from the blueprints, you should be able to access all of them by way of your secret passages.
It reminds me of a game we once played where you had to follow a murderer around the house. Yeah.
Exactly. Let's see, do I have the stats for the candlestick, the wrench,
Yes,
the
Cluedo,
revolver?
Does anyone have a preference?
Oh,
Are
actually,
we trying to extract somebody?
just
or-
out of interest, because I know
Sorry.
that that game is called Clue in North America and it's called Cluedo in the UK. What is it called in Germany?
Cluedo. So it's written Cluedo, but you pronounce the E.
Oh, okay.
Cluedo.
Interesting. Yeah. Because people have referenced in British TV shows, they reference Cluedo, and I was like, what the fuck is Cluedo? Oh, it's Clue.
So to answer your question, Hannibal, we are going to be confronting both who we presume is the true mastermind, Gwendolyn Fallow, and her cat's paw, Augustus Thorngrove, otherwise known as Augie Thatch.
So what have you learned about, what is your, I guess, operating theory for the relationship between her and Augustus Thorngrove, a.k.a. Augie Thatch?
That he is a bit of a orphan, not entirely, but mom raised him, no siblings. But he was a normal kid that Claire Tobiner told us about him, and our new employee at the office, and referred to him as Augie in all this. So clearly, her class, her type of people, and now he's become, since his association with Fallow, he's become Augustus Thorngrove, and the erstwhile lord of this manor or something, or of whatever. And
what did you know about her, what's her name, studies?
So there was the idea that he was kind of a hedge witch or something. So he was he had some magical abilities, but only very limited. And so there was the idea that he could be something. So if this shadow existence could somehow connect to a living being, then it would be easier if that being would be some kind of magic user or so. So the idea was that he might be also possessed in some kind of way. Because now he can really weave some magic. We've seen that. So I mean, he might have learned it, but there was this idea that this woman might have, I don't know, partnered with some entity or so, and that might be living in Augustus Thorngrove.
Yeah, well, it explains all the shadow stuff, I guess.
And Fallow is gifted in conjuration, so that's something to be, particularly in bringing darker beings to our world. She's become fascinated with the void, and ambitious. So confronting those two is our chief task here.
Where does the basement lead, or how do we, when we go up, where do we?
I guess it will lead to, has all sorts of secret passages, it appears, that will go to any room we'd like.
Do you remember the lunch with Professor Watson Fole? It was before you met Professor Galberry, who was her former mentor. Do you remember what Watson Fole said about Fallow's interest, or what her area of study would have been? The reason I ask is because one of the things, this is now going back like 3 months, so I thought I'd bring it to your attention. One of the things he did mention was that in order to, like you said, to summon something, it needs to find a host. She seemed unwilling to do that, or what he, I believe, said was that it would be folly for her to do something like that.
Yeah.
Potentially Augustus is the one that they're trying to conjure something into. Maybe
I think they always did. Yeah.
He's the vessel, sort of thing.
So if that is the case, then what is your plan here? What are you here to do? To confront them? To discuss with them?
I think confront.
Have tea with them.
Yeah. I don't know that a discussion would... I'm not sure what it would accomplish at this point. I mean, unless... Do we really know? Do we know their end goal here? I mean, do we know exactly?
Yes. World domination. They are about to conjure more and more shadows into living beings. So that was what we found out.
Okay.
So are we not
was
trying
kind
to
of an invasion.
So we're trying to, if he's a sort of conduit to things in, then we want to stop that.
Yeah.
And perhaps, I guess we never saw if he had any equivalent of the red jewels, but if there's anything like that.
You guys did have an opportunity. Hannibal and Basil and I think Dr. Earthsprung were all present at the seance, weren't they?
Yeah.
He had no similar stone.
I don't think he needs one because I guess he just projects. But
He's above that, isn't he? I think.
Or willing, I don't know.
So I think we want to divide and conquer, don't we? We don't want to face multiple assailants, as it were.
Or at least not the two of them together.
No, yeah.
At the
So
very
which
least.
which one do we want to target? Do we want to Augustus or?
if we can take Augustus out, I think that we can deal with Miss Fellows as well. But the other way around might be more complicated.
Yeah, I mean, is there a way to then, if we have these secret passages, to go up to the bedroom area and maybe, I don't know, catch them isolated? The bed, the second floor, which presumably where the bedrooms are.
Yeah, you could. I mean, if in general the plan is to use these passages to try and find, where the respective ones are, there are like peepholes and stuff in here. There will be a chance of being discovered just because of noise,
Sure.
and they may have, set traps as Golight's been looking for, if they're aware of them. But mechanically, what we'll be doing is just like as you guys are moving from room to room, it's just gonna be a stealth check.
Okay. Well, I mean, maybe we check, if we go to the library, then maybe we can find out their grand plan. I don't know.
It's a big whiteboard. The Victorian equivalent of the whiteboard.
Yeah, they have or they have their esoteric books. I mean, I don't know. That's an idea. Or maybe they're eating breakfast and we'll just catch them, with food in their mouth.
That so rarely makes an appearance in fiction, is the casual breakfast conversation of the evil plotters, right? So what do you plan?
And then
Is that or we sacrifice one of ourselves so they give us the whole master plan whilst torturing
before
us,
killing them. Right.
and
You
everyone
guys
else
know
jumps
what
in.
side my bread is buttered on. So
There's actually a funny action card in Savage Worlds where you give it to the enemy and they have to stop and do a monologue.
that's awesome.
So someone used it in one of our. That's funny.
So I could send the shadow ahead, down a desired passage to peek in these in some of these peek holes to see where we can find this thorn grove, if that's what we wish.
The clockwork audio sort of recorder, is that a good use of it now, do you think? As well?
Yeah, we could use that. But this thing is not. I mean, it is rather quiet, but it's not intelligent. So I can't have it open secret doors or so. I
just meant sort of leave it by a room and record.
Yeah, that I can do.
And then check it later to see if they're in there, sort of thing, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I think it makes sense it's in the shadow ahead. There's been no sign that there's even been anyone in here at all in memory. It doesn't seem very likely that there would be some subtle magical trap ahead in one of these. I mean, it's possible, but it doesn't scream at us that would be entirely likely. And the shadow might not even trigger it. It might, but it might not. So it seems like a worthy risk to send the shadow ahead rather than us. And Ms. Demir, given how silent she is, perhaps we can look in more than maybe our top 2 or top 3 locations. Is another possibility of our most quiet, using the shadow, maybe Ms. Demir and anyone else that thinks they're up to the task, or we just go with that.
Yeah. So what should our 2 be?
Well, can we tell, Kevin, by those sounds we heard, what room that might be? Do we have a guess, do you think?
So they're all moving around the first floor, it sounds like. From where you are, Sally actually rolled very well on her perception check. It's likely moving between sort of the main hall and some of the other buildings, or other rooms. There does seem to be a fair amount of people going back and forth to the salon.
So that'd be okay. Let's do that. Let's maybe the salon.
Okay.
And that'd be one, and then another one.
So let me spare you the effort here first. If your
So
shadow
how long
drifts
would be-
over, allow me to quickly add one thing here. Where's that picture of the shadow dragon? I mean, definitely not a shadow dragon. Don't worry. Never mind. There we go. Let me just find the thing I need here. Go. Oh, I loaded the wrong thing.
Uh-oh.
I can live with it, though. You'll just have to...
Are we taking a break?
Yeah, we'll take a mid-session break in just a moment here. Allow me to quickly...
Yeah, I think Salon might be the place if they were to do some sort of ritual. That would be the place to do it, right? Is that where they usually have the seances and all that?
Quite possibly, yeah. What you find is... You can picture it darker with less lighting and whatnot. But sitting in the chair studying an ancient book with flaking leather, or some kind of leather at least, hide binding it, is Augustus Thorngrove.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you know precisely where he is. There seems to be people coming and going at the odd time, like maybe one person pokes their head in, says something, he raises his hands and dismisses them, and he speaks a language that you don't know what he said, but you recognize it as that same abyssal language you heard, that book that you've got that you do not speak. It's the language of the void.
This is Ms. Demir, right?
This is Golag.
Oh, Golag.
Golag, you're the only one who has senses in there, because your shadow is the one peering in from the surprise. So
I wasn't sure. Very good.
With that, guys, first, everyone gets a hero point. And then let's take our mid-session break, refresh our beverages, come back, and see what you guys intend to do with our Mr. Thorngrove. So back momentarily.
Yes.
So Carl, I'm not sure. The monologue card, it is in Torque as well, or it was in original Torque. But then you had to do a monologue as player, not the villain. I can't hear you. Sorry.
Oh, the monologue card, yeah, for Savage Worlds. So effectively, the villain had to stop and do a monologue instead of taking an action.
Okay, so that's different.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Because the action deck is kind of what original Talk did with the drama deck, but only the action sequence.
Yeah. I guess that would maybe is that the drama deck? I don't know. It's effectively like these cards that the GM handed out, where weird things happen during the course of play.
This Savage Worlds?
Yeah. He was asking about the.
I think it's a.
Yeah, because the action deck is like the.
It's not the action. It's like
initiative.
It might be called like the plot point deck or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So this is some kind of a remnant or a way that so Savage Worlds in a way derived from original Torque. So the Shane Hensley was very involved in Torque.
Could very well be.
Yeah. So and this
Savage Worlds like beg, borrows, and steals from a shit ton of other things. They like their Journeys mechanic from Rifts from the Savage Rifts stuff is effectively kind of a Savage World-ified version of the Journey rules from the One Ring. Everyone kind of picks a role, and then shit can happen that relates to each thing. It's a little more. I mean, it's it's Savage Worlds, so like things are a little more pulpy in it. But yeah. Okay. Then, guys, with the Golag Shadow coming back, or at least not even having to come back, you can communicate telepathically with it. You spy your prey, and he seems to be on his own. Again, it's not really lit. Let me actually hold on here. Let's see if I can load the image that I intended, because it's creepy. Creepy! And much more dilapidated than what this lovely, well-maintained place is. Let's see, upload.
Is that what all of our living rooms look like?
Anna actually broke my, because she ran into it so many times, she actually broke my coffee table, so like the thing fell apart. So like my living room currently has no coffee table. It has the table. I'm a dummy. In the last rug I bought, I didn't get an underrunner for it. So like every time she tries to run, she's slammed into the coffee table. I'm waiting to get a replacement for it. So mine looks like I'm half moved in right now. So whatever other state, I say that it's to make everyone else feel better about whatever state their respective living rooms are right now, because mine looks like the movers are on break.
I can picture you going in and looking at Anna like, "What did you?" And she looks up.
It's my own damn fault, because I didn't have the underrunner for the rug. It meant that she didn't have sheer footing. So if she hears anything and comes tearing ass from elsewhere in the house, she slides into the side. And bearing in mind that she's just got like a zero, she's part pit bull, so she's just tough as fucking shoe leather. So she, what I'm getting actually as a replacement is I'm specifically buying a coffee table that is round, so there are no edges that she can potentially bump herself on. And I've got underrunners for my new rug now. So.
Well, I'm trying to buy this apartment I'm in, and spoke to the real estate agent, and he said, yeah, that price is about right. And then he came round to inspect it and knocked 50 grand off the price when he saw the interior.
Okay. I think I may have been thinking of downloading the image I was thinking of and never actually did it, so... Ignore me.
Well, we'll imagine it was
Yeah.
amazing. It was.
I'm gonna have to ask you guys to go on a limb here, and for the purpose of this game, use your imagination. So, for this, let me hit. You may have lost me because I logged into Roll20 on a different thing here. Let me make sure my camera's still here. All right, so. Guys, you have seen this. Thorngrove is in this room. The room is about maybe, what is that, about 25 or 20 feet by about 30 feet. There are, there's a big table in here. What there is an abundance of shadows as well.
And he's alone at the moment.
He is alone and reading this blasphemous tome.
He's there. My shadow tells me Thorngrove is reading some shadow book on his own at the moment. Periodically, perhaps bothered, but he is shooing them away for privacy at this time, it appears. Yes, I guess. The only downside is it does seem to be some kind of centrally located room, but I don't know if we could possibly take him out of there. But anyway, we can confront him at the moment alone.
I was going to say, but is it connected to many other rooms?
It appears to be.
Possibility of many people.
There's at least there's a stairway. It's a stairway, a hallway, perhaps it opens into something else. So it's definitely it's not isolated. It doesn't appear to be. And where my shadow is peeking at it, there doesn't seem. Does there appear to be an opening, or is it just a peek hole?
Oh no, you can definitely access this room. Any of the rooms that you guys would check, you can access them.
Does anyone have any ability to get Thorngrove to come to us rather than all of us loading into that room by chance? That we could get him into the passageway and take him in here, rather than in that central location.
I mean, I think tactically that would be a challenge, though, because then, I'm sure the passageway is narrow. There's no way we're going to be able to spread out, right?
Yeah, I was just brainstorming. Just since we're bound to, there seems to be a good chance we're going to have company at the first sound in that central location. Maybe there's nothing for it, but I was just bringing it up. If there was a way to get him into these passages rather than take him in here, but
the other thing is, can we secure the doors in some way to stop people joining? Can we block?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or as soon as we get in the room, try and secure as many doors.
This would have a door on. Am I on the right layer? This would have a door on it that you could close from where you can see. Here, there's not really from the stairwell. From here, I don't think there is either, but
all right,
there are doors to other rooms you could potentially close.
So I have the possibility of commanding him to approach me. Now, whether it would work on him, depending on his possession, his state, I cannot say, but it is a possibility. I can command him to come to me, presumably on a. Let's see, I'm working on it at the moment. Let's see.
Okay.
Yes, if I can overcome his whatever he is, him or whatever he is, then perhaps he would come into the passage with me. What do we think? Is it worth a shot? And if not, we pile in, or do you want to just take him where he is?
So the only other thing I can think of, and this might not be a good idea, is to try and cause a distraction outside or somewhere quite far away that draws other people away that he might not get involved in, but obviously he might also, go and investigate. So I'm not sure if that would work or not.
I think we have the element of surprise. Let's just take him.
Yeah, not right. Overplan. Do not overplan.
Very good.
Yeah, spoken like a true Shadowrun player there, Ingold. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah.
All right. Then, with you guys. Yeah. Let's make sure I got the stats I need here. All right. So then, tell me what the plan is here. The door will. You will be able to open the. It'll be an action to open the entrance into this room. He is probably about 20 feet away from from where the door is. He's sitting in that big wingback chair. The only difficulty will be the stealth, sneaking up to here. You are going to need a benefit because he can't see you. It's just a matter of whether he can hear you through the wall. So what are you guys thinking? What is the marching order? Who wants to be first in the room?
I don't think it makes sense for Golag to be first at this point. So, whoever's probably going to be, well, either the first person, well, and the shadow's there, so I could have the shadow open the door. I could have it become, corporal.
Yep.
And open it. So that's a possibility. Or the first person up opens the door. The second person is going to be, the person who's got the biggest, who's going to be piling in there for the big blow.
Yeah, so I can sneak up to the door and.
Okay.
I would have the shadow open it, so then you can rush up there, and then I'll back you up. I mean, I'll shoot.
You can maybe stun him.
Shoot. Yeah, I'll shoot and move up, right, to engage.
Okay. And Ms. Demir would be part of the attack. Is your thinking? Okay. Well,
I will try and stun him, I think, if I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will have the shadow become, master's form.
Okay. So let's do this. Why don't you guys each roll? You will have planning here. So why doesn't everyone roll stealth as their initiative?
Okay.
Okay.
Click our. Does it matter? Click our tokens, but maybe
click on your token and then click on toggle your initiative to being shadow. Shadow to stealth.
Yep.
Can I hang back one round and just wait for everyone to sort of pile in and then join next turn?
Most definitely.
Because I feel that's.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys in the order that you are.
Are we going ahead and rolling it? I guess we are.
Yeah, please. I'm just going to set you guys up in the initiative order, and then I'll put you guys where you are.
I forgot to click on my token.
Earl.
Here. Was it a good roll?
Yeah, it's 22.
Here, let me add you in. You can just add that in.
All right.
Okay, I'm just setting up what I need on my end here. I mean, I'm sure he'll just surrender, right? So.
Yep.
Maybe.
Okay.
We are formidable.
Most definitely. All right. Then, with our heroes all in. Oh, who did not roll initiative? I'm missing two people.
I'm not going
I'll get you in the initiative order anyway, to see if you could please click on your token, roll it, and then we'll just, even if you're passing for the action, I've got you in order then. And then who else am I missing here? Golag. Did you click on your token when you rolled initiative?
I did. I swear I did.
You didn't roll initiative, you rolled your stealth skill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that's
okay.
what you said to do.
Yeah, well, what you do is on the toggle down feature, remember in Pathfinder 2, you can actually use a variety of different skills to roll initiative.
Gotcha.
That's quite a cool way of doing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. Got it.
Okay.
I see.
Boom. There we go. All right. So there's descending and Dr. Ursprung. I know you want to go. Do you want to go last and see what happens with everyone else's action, or do you want to actually pass the first round?
Yeah, I just didn't want it to cause any chance of him being alerted, so I was going to wait to the next round to sort of just charge in, basically.
Okay.
When it hopefully won't matter.
So here's what I'd like you guys to do. The difficulty here is only going to be, let me see. Difficulty is only going to be a 15. I would like stealth checks from everyone other than Dr. Ursprung, please.
Oh, come on.
Anyone who has failed, I will note that nat 20 from Sally. Look at that. I'll let
Yeah,
one
I'm
of you
gonna
guys get
reroll.
someone can get a reroll for free thanks to Sally's crit.
I got. Okay. Who failed?
It's either Golag or I will tell you this, that it is a 1:30 my time, so you guys will be getting another hero point in a moment here. So
I'm going to use a hero point, so go ahead, Golag, take that free one.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, you were only
go.
at 2 hero points, Hannibal, and Golag is at 3. If he spends one, he'll get another one
I got
back.
a crit.
Yeah.
I got a crit.
Oh, you got a crit.
Or I
Okay,
got it.
Great. So you actually don't need to spend that hero point. It is 1:30. Everyone gets a hero point as well. All right. So you guys easily make your way up. Golag is the first one through. Who will be next? Sally, is it the order you guys had before?
Yeah.
So Golag, then Sally, then Basil, then Hannibal. And Hannibal, your rapier pistol, if you want, can have the enchantment on it. You can have that rune that what the guys at the engineering school would have been happy to do that for you.
The which rune?
It's
damage rune?
Yeah, you know the striking rune yet. You just have that one that gives the plus to hit.
Okay.
Just so the benefit, you don't have to choose between a versatile one and your enchanted one.
Okay.
Okay. So within,
I probably have like the rapier pistol in one hand and the magical one in the other, so they're both magical, I guess.
well, I guess the downside, it depends on whether you want to double up on your swords or whether you double up on your pistols.
Oh right. Yeah. We don't get damage for in this game for dex, right? High dex.
No.
So it's better to double up on sword and use a pistol.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So then I'm going to put you guys in the order you guys are going through. So Golag, then Sally, then Basil, then Hannibal, then Dr. Earthsprung. Is that right, guys?
I thought we were rearranging it with the shadow opening the door and then.
Yeah, I think my shadow. Golag is really a shadow in this sense because I'm just having the shadow open the door.
Well, where is Golag? So Golag is not the first one through the door? Who's the first one through the door?
No.
It's gonna be Sally.
Oh, first one through the door is Sally. Just trying to
Sally and Hannibal. Yeah, because we're both.
Okay. And is Golag going in before Basil?
Well, it might. Golag's going to have the shadow open the door. So is that his action, probably?
No. I'll let you unlatch it, and then
Okay.
Sally can just push through.
Okay. Then Golag will, I guess, go before Basil. Then. Okay, sure.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So then, guys, the thing opens, and within there is Mr. Thorngrove. Let me go to the right layer here. Because of your incredible stealth, he does appear to be completely unaware. Well, not representing anyone, but I will put this down here. And I believe we have... Let's see. Yep, something a little more tense for fighting. Mm-hmm. You guys all spare one last look at one another before the shadow throws the door. Mm-hmm. And then Sally, you are up first. What are you doing? 3 actions.
I will slide into the room, and do I see him?
His back is
with
to
his
you
back
right
to
now.
me in the chair?
Does not seem to be paying attention to you. If you want to stealth it, I believe you're going to move half your move.
Yep, I'll do that, and then I'm going to try and stun him with my fist, unarmed fist going out.
You got it. Go ahead and give us a stealth check.
Stealth check, indeed.
Now it's going to be a difficulty of 20. Nice. So you make your way up behind him. He is completely flat-footed. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Did the flurry of blows to do that, and...
Okay. That is a hit, not a crit. What is the stun effect again?
The stun effect is...
Okay, and what's your class DC?
My class DC is, I think, 20.
Okay, so 1d20 plus...
Oh, sorry, 18. No,
18. Okay, and it's fortitude save.
Oh.
So you do hit him. Whack! Go ahead and make your second attack.
Second attack is...
Oh, he's able to deke out of the way of that one. You still have one more action.
I shall put up my... with the spin of my hands,
Yep.
I get a little shield of water in front of me.
Okay. He turns around, and you can see that his eyes, like Golag's were at one point, completely black. Hannibal, your turn. What are you doing?
I think he's going to move up, and we're not trying to capture this guy, right?
No.
Anyway. All right. So Hannibal's going to move up and attack with his rapiers. I feel like a pistol shot.
Okay.
I'm sure people will be very loud.
Okay.
Right.
So we have one action to move into the room.
That.
Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, his first attack. Come on. All right. Oh, well.
Oh, do you want to hero point that?
Sure.
Okay.
Oops. And then, so you'll strike again. Oh,
Oh, there you go. That's a hit, not a crit.
okay. So 6 points of damage.
What you can see is as he jerks back, instead of a spray of blood, what you see is mist coming up. Now, that's actually, remember, you need to roll your second attack, though, because you have -4 for the second attack.
Yeah. So I'm going to put second attack for the offhand, I guess.
Hold on. Did you do the... You're rolling your rapier for your attack. Was that what your intent?
Yeah.
Okay, so you... Right, and then you're going to fire the gun in melee?
No, I'm doing 2 rapiers because the gun's going to be really loud. I'll do the gun.
Okay, so...
I maybe it didn't matter, but that's what
Sorry,
I decided.
I thought you said that you were going to use the gun and didn't...
No, I was going to move up. Yeah, I have 2... yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it works.
No, that's okay. I just want to make sure you're... I saw the 2 things. I misread. I didn't realize you didn't have your second attack yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so for your second attack...
because I rolled I used a hero point. That's why.
That's
My
why,
second attack misses. Second attack misses.
Okay, do you want to use your hero point that one?
No, I think I'll save a hero point.
Save your hero point? Okay,
we'll
so you race out, you slash along this guy. What you see, again, instead of seeing blood coming out, there's this, like, blackish mist that kind of comes out of him. You still have... Oh, that's all 3 actions.
I moved. Yeah, I moved up and attacked.
Golag, what are you doing?
Golag is going to proceed out into the room and is going to try Shroud of Night. That's one of his go-tos.
Okay.
To try to blind this creature, whatever it is, inside him.
Okay, so go right ahead. Shroud of Night. Okay, so you... so he's a will saving throw. So his will... is same thing here. Critical success against that. You try, so you gesture with your hand, and shadows begin forming around him, and then they just dissipate and seem to like shrink into his lovely felt coat. And he looks at you and he says, "You fancy yourself a master of shadows? I will show you mastery." You have 2 more actions.
Golag rolls his eyes, as is appropriate for his...
One action.
We'll see about that. Okay. And casts Grim Tendrils.
Ooh, which nice. All right, so let's see here. Grim Tendrils curl out from you across. So he needs a fortitude saving throw. It's the same thing. Fails.
Nice.
So he takes full damage. So that is 2 points of damage and 1 persisting bleed to living creatures. Okay. So it tears into him. He's then it is Basil's turn. What are you doing, Basil?
Yeah, I will just try to devise a strategy against him.
Okay.
So I will roll a d20 and hope for some good numbers.
Nice.
Excellent.
Great roll.
Yeah. So that is a great thing. So I would just use it as my attack.
Okay, so go ahead and click on your attack.
Yeah. So
it'll be one action to move into the room. Second action to make your attack here.
Yeah, but this is my attack roll then. This.
Yeah, I understand. That's why I see the damage. Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah. So, but
you have many hero points.
Yeah, but it won't help. So I only rolled for the damage. So I did hit him already.
Yeah, you can't re-roll damage with hero point. So that is.
But I will get the precise damage for the.
Oh, nice! Yeah.
Strategy. That will be another d6 then.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see how much extra it takes for the.
Oh
my God! All right, then it is. Sorry, is that all of your actions? One to move in, one to shoot. You got one more action, Basil. What do you want to do?
Yeah, that was actually 2 actions. One to devise a strategy so that I would get the bonus damage, and then.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that devise strategy was an action. Okay, so then that is Dr. Earthsprung. You come charging up. I'm assuming that in the next round you're gonna be able to move in. You've spent all 3, as does Igor.
Yep.
All right, then it is top of the other round. I have rolled initiative for him, so he first turns and looks at you all, and he breathes in, and as he does that, the fire in the fireplace kind of shudders, and you can hear screeching that you guys those of you who fought outdoors yesterday from the corners, the shadowy corners of the room. And 6 of those things pull themselves free, like oily, wriggling, almost like, imagine like a cephalopod, but made of oily rag. They come wriggling out. One of them charges forward and up into him. Keep an eye on his health bar. So it disappears into him. Then they cannot do anything this round because they just appeared. Actually, with them just appearing, I'll use their one action to. One is racing up to engage each of you guys. Oh, there you are. There you are. And then to you, Ms. Dumer.
I shall.
He turns to you. He still has one more action here. He will, with a gesture of his gloved hands, try and knock you back. Let me move these dice closer here. I'm rolling my thematically black Starfinder dice here.
Nice.
That's a terrible roll. A 17 AC, I think, is a miss, right?
Tragically, yes.
Okay, so he sweeps at you. You duck out of the way, but what you see is that chair he was sitting in, it splinters, like it smashes the whole wooden back of it, too. That would have hurt a great deal had it hit. And that is the end of his turn. Sally, you're up next. What are you doing?
My first action would be to pull out a bottle of sunlight.
Okay.
And then I believe I need to toss that. Yep, so I shake that.
Okay. So shake it. Yeah. Okay. For shaking the ball induces chemical reactions, causes the glow. And you can throw it as a single action as a bomb. Beautiful.
I shall try that.
Okay.
So,
do you have any thrown weapons on your, or does it show up as an attack on your sheet now?
Think so.
Let's see.
Can I pull that?
You can use your dagger as the roll for the attack. Just click on that as we'll take the attack roll for that and the damage for what you rolled. An 18 is not going to be good enough. You want to spend a hero point to reroll that?
Yes, I will.
Okay. It's so close. Is within 1 of him. Now, however, because you shook it, you spent an action shaking it and lighting it up, it does mean he is sickened, and I believe sickened penalizes I have, no joke, 3 fucking DM screens sitting around me, and I'm still scrambling trying to find one.
Too much information.
Yeah, exactly. Analysis paralysis. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one? Sickened gives a penalty on all checks and DCs. It does not penalize armor class, so it comes so close to connecting with him. He dekes out of the way, though, and it shatters, setting a small fire to one patch of the rug. You have one action to take it out, one action to activate it, one action to throw it, I guess. Hannibal, you're up next. What are you doing?
Yeah, Kevin, just not to being a stickler, but normally it would do splash damage, even if it does not hit. But
but it would go. Let's see here.
So if it goes adjacent, it would do a splash damage. It doesn't need to.
Hold on, throw like a bomb, strike action. It does have splash effect. Yeah. What does it say for us? 1 positive damage on splash. Okay, so he actually takes 1 point of splash damage. Okay, all right, here we go.
Yeah, I should have just used this as a light to try and hurt the...
All right, so, and thanks for that, Engulf, too. First time we use this item, so. All right, so it burns, and what you can see is that as it scorches, like, you know, that thing that came out of that woman sort of dissipated as it flew away? The same thing happens to the bottom of his jacket. Hannibal, what are you doing?
Can I use my pistol? It does, at short or in melee or no?
I think that's one of your class abilities allows you to do that.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot this time with the rapier pistol, the first attack.
Okay. That's a hit. Blows straight through him, and you can see again that more of that black, like speckling matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I will second attack with the rapier.
Yep.
In the other hand, and if I hit, then I can reload the gun.
Okay.
I gotta hit it.
Yep. Go. That is unfortunate. You want to hero point that? 11 minutes to your next hero point.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so hard. What would I roll on this dice? So 15. Oh. All right. Okay, we'll try.
We go.
Nope.
That
worse.
one.
Oh well.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let's see here. I always forget to take these cards up before session.
This is your third net one, yes?
Yeah,
we don't get any like bonus for both fighting him. Like,
a nat one's a nat one's a nat one.
No, I know, but like like a flanking. Oh, I know that.
Flanking? No, unless you guys have. But
if you have like a feed or something.
If you would have, you would have gotten a. He would have been flat-footed if you guys are flanking him, and I think you might position yourself to do that, but that doesn't get away from the nat one, and that first one would not have been a hit anyway.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see here. Critical fumble. Give it a quick shuffle here. Here is what happens with your rapier. Melee attack. Notched. Your weapon takes 1d6 damage, ignoring hardness. There's no way that's enough to destroy it, so we'll just bear in mind that it's taking some damage. You'll need to have someone take a hammer to it. I think you do fortunately know a very handy engineer and physician. All right, so that is it for you. Golag, what are you doing? Oh, no, wait, is that all your actions?
Yeah, well, I have one more action, but there's no point.
That's what they put 20s on these dice for. You got that one the first time. You could try.
Is there a way? Who else is in here? I'm going to do something. Is there a way I can help or aid somebody?
Yeah, it'll be DC 20. You could try and help. Who's up? Golag is. If you want to try and help Sally on her next attack.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Is that the 3 or the third attack or just
third attack? Yeah.
Okay. And I missed, so I can't reload. But
okay. All right. I mean, you could have spent your action reloading, I suppose.
Yeah, I'll do that instead then.
Okay.
Yeah, instead.
Yeah, do it. Yeah.
All right. Then it is Golag's turn. What are you going to go, Golag?
Golag is going to cast light on the end of his cane.
Okay. That's
as
2
he likes
actions
to do. And then he's going to use his last action as a swat with that cane on this infernal thing in front of him.
That sounds awesome. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Oh, you want to hero point that?
Yes, and I assume 3 is the cap. Is that correct? Because I have 4 down here, but that's probably wrong on my hero points.
Yeah, 3 is as most you never get.
Okay, very good.
Yep.
So I do spend 1.
Spend them to make them. Okay,
understood.
So go ahead.
All right, so I go down to 2 on that, and here it comes again.
Come on. 15. Even with the light is unfortunately not quite good enough.
Okay.
All right. If we swing at this thing, they are oily and slippery.
Get off me!
Basil, you're up next. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the same that Sally did, but I would like to devise a strategy to throw that thing. So just in order to know whether I will hit him in a good angle.
Okay, this thing that's engaged with you or Thorngrove?
I know the Augustus. So maybe I could just throw it because I'm such an tall Izoki. I can throw over it. I'm pretty sure.
Nat 20, beautiful, back to back.
Better than that.
Yeah, wow. I just clicked again. I'm sorry, but it will be a nat 20.
That's okay. We'll take either of them. What is it you're using? Is it?
So I will use the bomb. So this is a bottled lightning.
Okay, so 1 to take it out, 1 to activate it, and then go ahead and click on the item. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. I have this in the item list. So this will be.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, so crit will be additional damage. So that's 5. Oh, that's.
Yeah, that's a bad roll.
Bad roll.
Yeah. But because of my strategic angle, I will get. And the only question is now: will the bonus from the? It's like the sneak attack. Will this double as well, or just be single?
The precision damage is not doubled. I don't think.
Okay.
I think that. Oh yeah, I don't think precision damage is doubled on a crit. If I remember, let me just quickly. We can look that up once and then I have to look it up again. Because it'll say under the rogue thing. Because sneak attack does that. Yeah, hold on, let's see here. Critical.
So, if I click here, just 2, Okay.
It says that undead with vulnerability to light. Maximum positive.
Okay. So then that means 451. God damn it. I'm down a rabbit hole of references from one to another page.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. No, it's good. We look it up once, and it's good to serve as a reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, damage.
So it's
precision damage
in total.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Double or halving damage. Benefits you gain from a critical hit, like flaming weapons, persistent, blah, 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 aren't doubled. I don't know if it is or not. I'm sure it is.
It says it's. I'm looking at FAQ. It's not multiplied on a critical.
It's not multiplied. Okay.
So,
and that's from PF2, not PF1.
PF2, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Carl. Okay, so that's 2 points of damage, and it is vulnerable to this, so it is maximum damage on it. So that'll be 8 points of damage plus 4 points of additional fire. So that's 12 he takes, and yeah.
Okay.
So that is a great, and then he is burning as well.
Oh.
So, because that's a nat 20, I'll let him set him on fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So Basil, that was, I think, all of your actions as well.
Yes.
Dr. Earthsprung, you're finally at the room. What are you doing? But your way is blocked by this little shit.
Yeah. Can Igor get past this little creature?
He would have to shove it out of the way. Athletics check against it.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'll do is I'll try and squash this creature in front of me with my Warhammer.
Okay, sounds good.
In case I manage to do that. So she'll take a swing at it. Oof. I think.
Hero point that sucker.
I think we were doing a little bit of hero points there.
Okay. Nice.
18.
That is a hit. We go. Wham. Okay, so it's hit. Screeches in pain, but does not is not down. You have 2 more actions.
I'm going to spend both actions to give Igor 3 actions. So the first one is going to attack this little creature so he can try and get past.
Okay. Yeah. Gone.
And then he's going to run in to engage Augustus.
Okay.
And
Go
he'll
ahead.
have a second attack.
All right. So go ahead. 18. Not quite good enough. Okay. But he's in now. Then he has... Oh, and it would be 1 action to move in. So I guess that's everything. Okay.
That's him. Yep.
Thorngrove. All right. First thing is he did not enjoy getting hit by you, Basil. He gestures, and that little thing in front of you screeches and disappears up inside him. Then would you give us a D10 roll, please? Oh, sorry, D4 roll. D4 roll.
Someone or me?
Yes, you, Ingolf. Basil. Nice. So he is burning still. Then he has 2 more. First thing he's going to do is try and batter Ms. Dumer. That is a 30 on the nose. Is that a crit or a hit?
That'll be a crit, I guess. I'm on
Shit. Okay.
20.
Yeah, okay, so you take 28 points of damage, and you are knocked back 10 feet from him hitting you with his concussive, shadowy force. Then,
Ow.
yeah, those crits don't joke. Then he will turn to Ducard, and he gestures with his hand towards you, Hannibal, and this stream of oily smoke comes out and tries to grab you around the face. This is a +9 I get to this. 27?
That's a hit.
That's a
not
hit?
crit.
Okay, so then, would you give us a fortitude save, please?
Nope.
You want to hero point that? Oh, you got that left!
Yep.
Shit. You are sickened too, and you cannot speak for 1 round as this stuff is just jamming down your throat. Then that is the end of Thorngrove's turn. We have the little critters. So let's see. I'll make these quickly here. 1 is attacking you, Hannibal. First attack, AC 9. No. Second attack, AC 21.
That's a hit.
That's a hit? Okay, not a crit though, right?
Oh, wow. So Sickened lowered my armor class. So,
Did it?
yeah. When I put 2 Sickened, it lowered my armor class.
Like a second on the DM screen, take a status penalty on the value of all checks and DCs.
Yeah, it's because it was 19, now it's 17 after I clicked it on.
Yeah, it did that to me last time I was
That's
sick.
weird. Maybe maybe there's been a errata since that.
I thought that was what it did.
We double check on a different screen. Second. Yeah, all values, checks, and DCs. That's it. I don't know. I'll take a look in the book afterwards. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm.
So then it'd be if it doesn't, then it's 19. But
yeah, it could very well be that it does.
The 21 hits anyway.
Yeah, let's see here. The conditions are right at the back of the book anyway, so it's easy to reference. Let me go. Sickened. All your checks and DCs. You can spend, here's the thing, you can spend a single action retching in an attempt to recover, which lets you immediately attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the effect. On a success, you reduce it by 1. On a critical success, by 2. Maybe it treats the AC as a DC. Maybe that's why you get that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, so that'll be the last one is a miss. I think it's a 17 on Sally. There's no way that hits. There's no way that hits. And the last one is an 18. Does that hit you?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, hang on. Yes. Yes, it will.
Oh. Oh, you know what? I actually don't get a third attack because this thing will have to wriggle.
No, sorry. Sorry, that's my class DC. My armor class is 20.
Okay, and actually, I wouldn't have a third attack because it would have to wriggle over. You were knocked back. It would need to move over for that third action to attack you. Then, Golag, we got 3 on you. First one, I rolled a 2 for the first attack for all of you guys. Then a second one is a 19 AC.
Yes, that's a hit.
4 points of bludgeoning damage on you. And the last one is a that is a 16.
Yes, that's a hit.
Your AC is a 16?
It's 15.
Is that including your mage armor?
Yeah, I'm usually 14.
Oh, sorry. Normally I'm even shittier.
You want to talk about this anymore, GM?
2 points of damage again, as this thing is raking at you. Then we're back top of the round. Sally Dumer, you're not knocked prone, you've just been knocked back. You are quite badly hurt, though. So what are you doing? 3 actions.
I'm going to move away. I think I've got a form of combat move, right, to just move 5 feet, I think.
No,
then,
you mean this? Yeah, like you're taking an action to take a step or a cautious step. Yep.
And then I will.
I will remind you, attacks of opportunity are very rare in this game. It's usually like things that are very tactical or things that are like bosses.
Right. So I'm going to
this
try
little
and
critter probably doesn't have it.
put some distance between me and it, but not more than 10 feet, because I'm then going to do my tiger stance and then smack him at 10-foot distance with my
Sounds
glove.
good. Go ahead and give us your 2. Are you attacking the critter or are you attacking Thorngrove?
I'm better to get this critter off me, otherwise I'm in deep doo-doo. So let's...
That is a critical hit. So that is 10 points of damage. 1 hit takes it out altogether.
Excellent.
You were only knocked 10 feet away from Thorngrove. You could reach him with your second attack if you'd like.
I'll try that.
Okay.
No.
That is not a hit. You want to spend a hero point?
Well, no, I won't.
Okay. It is 2 o'clock my time. Everyone gets a hero point.
I'll still, I think, hold it, because I'm my chance of hitting so low.
Okay. So then I think you still have... you can go Tiger Sense.
I'll give it a go, because then there's 1.
Fuck
okay,
yeah.
Let's
No sense. You can't take him with you after the session, so... 19 is normally a miss. Oh, yeah, you're not flanking, so it is a miss.
Igor is there, though. But I don't know if that counts as flanking, does it?
Yeah, you know what? Either Igor or Golag, Igor or Hannibal is on one side of him, so that's a hit. There's 6 points of damage.
So another 6.
Nice. All right. Then
did my critical get him bleeding?
Your critical is slashing. If he bled, then yes.
He's not. Yes,
you remember
indeed.
that Golag hit him with something that would have made him bleed as well. But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Okay, Hannibal, you're up next. What are you doing? Oh, you're muted, Carl.
He's going to use his first action to try to retch.
Okay. Go ahead. It's a DC 21 for you.
Jeez, no.
You want hero point that?
No, I'll just try to save it for attacking.
Okay.
Then he's going to shoot, and then second is this is his first attack, right? So
yep.
He's going to try to shoot. I guess it's already figured in because I have sickened too.
Yeah, it'll automatically calculate sickened.
That's a miss.
Okay, you want to hero point that or?
Yeah, I rolled a 7, so I will hero point that.
Okay, sounds good. Come on, nat 20, baby. There you go, hit.
Oh,
shit damage.
Only 1 awful damage.
Okay, you have 2 more actions.
1 more action because I retched the first action.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah. So I'll reload.
Okay.
And then I'll try to stab him again with the
Well, if you've only got one more
Oh,
action.
yeah, right. Yeah. I only have one more action. Sorry. I'll reload. It's
Okay.
fine.
Golag.
Golag is going to he's going to hit Thorngrove with magic missile, even though I know he's got a bunch of these little shadow shits on him. But I think the key is putting Thorngrove down. So
Okay.
Golag reaches over these little spindly things and fires off a 3-action magic missile at
Lovely. All right, so first one does 4 points of damage. Give us a roll of 2d4 plus 2, please.
Okay, stand by. 2d4 plus 2.
Let's see how much extra. You're truly showing him the mastery of shadow magic.
Okay.
Nice!
Pretty good.
Really good hit. So yeah, and it's the same thing with Hannibal's pistol. As your shadowy things hit through him, it's like spears going through his body, and there's sprays of this like oily mist out the back of him. His teeth have gone completely black at this point as well. Basil, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I will use my short sword because I have no other option to hit him.
Okay.
And I think my pistol doesn't work so well.
So one action to draw, one action to move in, and then go ahead. You are flanking with a number of people that are around him, so his AC will be less. Here we go, Basil. That's a hit. Not a great damage, but, you know,
Yeah.
can't always have your cake and eat it too. So better that way than the other way around, I suppose. So then that is, you race in, stab him, and same thing too. Like, he doesn't feel like you're stabbing a living thing. It feels like stabbing almost like slushy ice as you're cutting into him. Dr. Ersprung, what are you doing?
Yes, I'm going to rush over to Sally, seeing her taking a rather nasty hit. And I'm going to do my battle medicine.
Sounds good.
DC 15.
Okay, here we go.
And I'm going to re-roll that.
Hero point that, okay. There you go. Almost a crit.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, so 2d8 healed.
Oh, shite.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, better nothing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But thank you.
and I'm also going to throw down a Syrian restoration.
I think Igor needs to be there for you for that to work. You need to work
does
through.
it?
Yeah, I think because it comes from your whatever your inventor's thing is.
Minor explosion.
Because she's 5 feet back. Let's see here. Fire. If you're you take this action rather than you, because it's not a living creature. You or a living creature adjacent to you. If you want to spend one of Igor's actions to sort of reposition himself to ensure he's adjacent.
So it comes from him rather than me, is it?
Exactly, yeah, because it's...
Right.
So the...
I thought it was a little bomb.
Manipulate,
No, I
fire,
thought-
healing on something. No, you know what? It doesn't actually... It says it can take the action. It doesn't mean it must. So no, ignore me. You absolutely can do this yourself. So you hit her with your healing thing here. Give us a 1d...
10, I think. Is
Yep.
it? Yeah, 1d10.
Oh my god.
Useless.
Okay.
Thank you still.
You know what? When you hit 3rd level, you'll heal by 2d10.
Yeah.
I can expect my
gonna
I
be
hit
sweet.
third level really good.
Yeah.
my inbox will be filled tonight. All right. So that is 1, 2, 3 actions for you. So Igor is not doing anything this round. All right. So this is Thorngrove's turn. First thing he does. Actually, first he takes damage from Basil's firebomb. Gives a 1d4.
My grim tendrils, is it still persisting?
That's actually it. He doesn't bleed.
Okay.
He's like Jesse Ventura. He ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah.
So,
3 points of fire damage there.
yeah.
That's still-
So what he does, he calls out as he's still burning, and the other 2 things pull into him. You can see his flesh is turning almost gray and very slightly scaled at this point. So that then what he will do is he's got a variety of targets in front of him. He didn't like. What was the let's hit. I'm going to roll randomly. On a 1 or a 2, it's going to be Basil. On a 3 or 4, it'll be Hannibal. 1 or a 2, Basil. So he turns, and again, there's almost like a shadowy claw that forms, and he hammers you, or tries to. That hits a AC of 19.
Yeah, that hits me.
No, not a crit though, right?
Nope.
You were knocked 5 feet back, and you take 13 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he arcs his head back and he cries out for something that a bellow that seems almost like a roar that echoes through the entire manor. You need not make any rolls for this, but you know that he has alerted every single minion in this manor of his dire need. Sally, you were up next. What are you doing?
I'm not sure lanterns are going to help on this thing, so I guess I'm just going to give him a good slash.
Okay.
With at my distance.
Oh, solid hit.
Not a critical, I assume.
Not a critical, no.
That
is a critical, so that is 10 points of damage for that second hit. I knew they put 20s on these things. So, whaff, whaff. He does not bleed because of his, as you're tearing away that flesh, there seems to be nothing but, like, shadowy, drifting blackness beneath there. You still have 2 more actions, Ms. Dumer.
I will try a third attack. Not much chance, no. And
you do have 1 hero point left. Do you want to spend that? As you've ably demonstrated, they do put 20s on these dice.
Let's give it a go then.
Yes, that's a spirit. That's not the spirit. You
Ooh,
one
now
more
I've
action.
got no hero points left, so
What would
that's
you like to do?
exciting. And I'll put up my water shield again.
Nice.
In a vague attempt to try and...
Excellent. Mr. Ducard, what are you doing?
Does the second condition reduce, or is it?
No, you need to actually retch. Like what you've got is that oily shit is roiling around in your stomach right now.
Oh yeah, I just sometimes like the. Like
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're good. Is a good question.
reduce.
Like frightened goes down by 1 each round. Stun goes down by one each round.
He's gonna. All right. Well, he reloaded, so he's gonna try to shoot this guy at close range. Because one of these days.
Yep. Want to hero point that?
Yeah, I'll hero point that.
Okay.
One of these days, this weapon's gonna crit. You know.
Come on.
No, it's a hit.
Oh,
That's crazy.
that's such bullshit. All right, so you hit him again, and more of those of his flushes are chipped away. Then you have 2 more actions. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna reload. And I might as well try to slash him.
Okay. Maybe slash first, because if you do hit, you get to reload for free, right?
Yeah, I'll try that first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So attack number 2. Come on, 20.
No.
Oh, shit.
I don't want to.
Wait,
and then I don't have any more hero points.
Okay.
So I'll just reload.
Reload, okay. Make sure you're adjusting. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah.
Then it is Golag's turn. What are you doing, Golag?
I'm gonna try. So I was thinking about haunting him because it appears to be like a an area effect.
Okay.
But does my thinking about shadow creatures give me any indication of whether would they take sonic damage? Do I know?
You've seen him take a variety of bludgeoning and slashing damage. It does not seem like they're particularly vulnerable to sound, but it doesn't seem like they're immune to most common forms of attack that you've seen so far.
I'll try it.
Okay.
Does that suggest me? Yeah, we'll give it a shot.
Okay.
So he starts up his chant and does a little hymn.
It's a cone.
You think that would hit?
Here's the downside. It's a cone. It affects everybody in there. He has.
It's going to hit Basil and Hannibal.
It'll hit. Yeah,
I see.
Would that have affected Golag's decision?
Yeah, that would affect the decision. Yeah.
Unless it does a lot of
Attacking the party.
damage, because he's really injured. Oh, but Rat Basil's really injured, so it's probably...
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems a little too much. He's
think-
just going to...
I don't think either Basil or Sally would be caught in it. It would only be Igor, Hannibal, and Augustus Thorngrove who would be affected.
I thought Basil was up in the...
Basil was knocked 5 feet back last time.
Oh, he's knocked back. Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it. I'm okay.
Okay,
Okay.
let's. All right.
Igor and Hannibal, give us a
So I
fortitude
hear
save.
Hannibal go, "No, let it loose!" As I start my singing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making my fortitude save. I failed. Nice.
Oh,
All right, so I'm
Awesome.
going to fortitude save, right?
What is your?
18.
Is intelligence you're casting? I think intelligence is you're casting there. What's your intelligence modifier? Golag?
let's see, intelligence modifier. It looks like a 4.
I got it. I got
4.
18.
Okay, so we all take 4 points of 4 points of damage, and no, we failed to save. We take 4 points of damage. So Hannibal made his save. How about? Igor did not. So Igor takes 4 points of damage.
No one asked Igor if he was all right with that.
All the rattling bolts.
Robot rights.
And then it is.
When did that vote take place? I don't really recall.
You still have one more action, Golag.
Close the door.
Oh, he's gonna. It's a. What was the yell?
Close the door. Close the door.
Is there a door to close? Which door is in here? Is there a door?
There's a door over to the right there.
I'm just.
You
I'm
have
gonna
to
thump
run
this
over
thing
there
with the cane.
Yeah, you got to run over there though. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna hit one of these. How many do I have? Did any of mine go into him? Do I still have? How many do I have?
None. Do you see any tokens
There's
left?
no more creatures.
Oh, nice.
Well, technically there is one more shadow left.
Can I reach? What can I reach right now? Anything? Can I reach?
Right now, nothing. No, you'd have to move
Yeah.
in.
Because I only have one action left,
Yeah.
I believe. Yes. I don't think I. Oh wait. I have my coat pistol, but I don't have it out. Do I? I'd have to
You
draw
can draw it if you like. You got your cane in one hand that's got light on it.
I'll draw it.
Okay. Basil, what are you doing? You're not knocked prone,
Yeah.
Basil. You just knocked back.
Yeah, so I will. I think I will move up to him again.
Okay.
Devise a strategy that I can do a little bit of sneak damage.
Okay.
And
Nice. Very nice.
17 plus, I think it will be.
It's
24.
plus 6 to hit, I believe, for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a hit, not a crit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
And your precision damage. Nice.
yeah.
There you go.
So 5 and 1d6. That's 7.
He's getting down.
Yeah.
Dr. Ursprung, what are you doing? Oh, you have one more action, I think, Basil.
Yeah, I would just try to hit him again.
Oh, wait, hold on. You moved. Does your devise a stratagem actually take an action?
If he is part of the investigation, then it is a free action. Otherwise,
This
it
for
isn't.
sure. The main boss that you're fighting in this whole mystery. Yeah,
Okay,
it's safe to assume.
Okay, so let's go.
Attack number 2.
He's flanked.
You are flanking. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, yeah.
Anna says congratulations.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Oh.
5 more.
Oh, so close! Dr. Ursprung, you have one more action. You can hear the thudding of people running down in this direction.
Don't you still have a vial?
Dr. Ursprung does, yeah.
Yeah, but Igor's standing next to him.
Yeah.
It's your time to shine, Igor. Literally. I could blow him up, but I'll try and hit him first.
When in doubt. That is, with flanking, is a hit,
Yes.
and that is incredible. What does it look? Actually, let me tell you what it looks like, because this is something different. Igor, having been rattled by that hymn from Golag, recovers and brings down that massive hammer atop Thorngrove, and just like that woman before it, shatters as if he was hitting a porcelain vase. Augustus Thorngrove falls into empty pieces. leaving only this oily mass of greasy fog that hits the ground, slowly begins roiling around your feet, but as with that faceless creature before it, dissipates as if disintegrating into nothingness. You can then also hear Dr. Earthsprung, the sound of many falling bodies near here or on the upper floors. Guys,
Wow.
your fight is at an end.
Phew.
How long do I still retch?
You eventually, actually, you almost immediately, as soon as he dissipates, you immediately feel better. So you'll lose the second condition. You spare first a moment of Igor going back up. You look around at one another, and the hearth begins burning more brightly. It seems lighter in here. And I think it may be Golag who is the one who walks over to the heavy curtains to throw them back. There is no sign that Augustus Thorngrove was ever in here apart from that dropped blasphemous tome. So, guys, we can transition into montage. Time to end the mystery of the Endless Odyssey. You guys, in the course of investigating Stoneburn Manor, let's go back to Stoneburn Manor here. Where is it? It's hidden.
Good teamwork.
Yeah, excellent job taking that thing down. What you find is every one of the young ladies who went missing, with the exception of one, has been recovered. Every one of them is similarly comatose, like with Mrs. What was her name again? Mrs. Ivywood. But they seem to be, Dr. Earthsprung, with a quick examination, they are healthy otherwise. They just maybe need some time to rest. If you sense any magic on them, Golag, there is no trace of any kind of enchantment on them. And every single one of those red gems has similarly been burned out from the inside. They seem more like charred glass baubles, more so than the glowing, almost like polished rubies that they were before. You can find there are an enormous amount of occultic ritual supplies that are in here. Things that, if Golag, you can think if you were more skilled in the arcane arts, you could put some devilish use to these things. You have a sense that some of the arcane rituals that may have been used there, they could be found in that arcane tome. And just as a reminder, rituals are kind of like a magical spell separate from the spell mechanic in Pathfinder 2. There are things that take you longer to do, but there are things in older versions of D&D that would take longer to cast. So there may be some rituals to be learned in that massive unholy tome. Otherwise, one of the rooms was seemingly transformed over to a ritual room of some kind. There you find more enchanted apparatus or some kind of bizarre apparatus with markings in it in that same forgotten language that you found in that shadow book in your library, Golag, and that Sally said her people had left behind long ago. What do you guys do?
Ms. Fallow? Any sign of Gwendolyn Fallow?
Gwendolyn Fallow is nowhere to be found.
Well, I'll definitely grab the... Golag definitely grabs the book, the tome.
You know what you do find, though, Golag? You find a curious pet collar with a charred-out stone in it. Probably something that could fit around the neck of a cat.
Where was that? That was just in the manor?
You find that somewhere in the manor, yeah. Not far from where you guys were, actually.
Oh.
Or at least where you
I bring that to everyone's attention. I hold it up. Interesting. I'll grab the book, grab the tome.
Okay. anything else that you guys wish to do in your montage? Do you call anybody? Do you...
Yeah, I think we owe a lady a little bit of information, so I think there will be an article in the Paridar Times. About
nice. So we see now you guys back at home. Basil, at the breakfast table. You've got the newspaper. Let me bring us back here, and you guys can feel free to fill in whatever you'd like with the our outro montage here. Do I have everyone there? Wrong one. You guys are at. Let me make sure I grab the right tokens here. I was going to try and absorb your shadow on his next turn there, Golag.
Oh, interesting.
Just try and get some health back.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys, we see Basil and the rest of you guys, perhaps, I guess, Dr. Earthsprung, you may be returning. How do you guys, I'll leave it to you guys, how do we leave the outro, or leave the montage for the close of this mystery?
I mean, Golag would also, you might mention that there were supplies, occult mystic supplies, did you say? So, I mean, I think he would have collected all those, and he's probably arranging them and looking at them and sniffing some, and, he's busying himself.
So I'll let you know, between sessions, I'll let you know what the value of that is. It's basically going to be like the cost of ritual supplies, so you'll be able to supply certain rituals. Because they also have like component costs to them, but this will be able to be used for that kind of dark magics.
And he's bellowing for Sylvan and what's her name? The new lackey.
Okay.
Bring the eggs. No, not for a ritual, to eat, you fool. And this kind of.
Ms. Dumer, what is our closing montage with her?
She's looking at Golag and just saying, "Do you think anything could go wrong reading black magic books?"
It's the shadow pain. I know about these things, he says, kind of,
He taps this horrific tome.
Right. Yeah.
Basil?
Yeah, I think Basil enjoys the article written by Annabelle Carrington about the whole incident, and says, she's written a good piece.
Very nice. Hannibal?
I don't know. Hannibal probably is uncomfortable with all this occult stuff, as much as he trusts Golag, son of Doc. I think he's going to just, walk around the neighborhood. It's usually probably snowing or raining or foggy, and just get some air. It's good to be back.
And as the camera kind of pulls back, making Hannibal feel very isolated and sort of alone as he's walking there, what you see, what you don't see, Hannibal, but the audience would see is some kid impossibly scampering across the rooftops, hopping along and keeping an eye on Hannibal. And Dr. Earthsprung.
The doctor he's going to go and visit Garfield Wakeman at the Innsman Institute.
Yep.
And he's going to try and get a conversation with the doctor and Vesta King and try and get her out of the institute, basically, by telling him that this is all true, what she's been telling. And he's trying to get her released.
I'll do you one better. Is actually we can see that Dr. Garfield Wakeman is sort of standing displeased, sort of shaking his head as you are helping this woman sort of step out into the light. She is going to be discharged to be returned to her family with her care supervised by you.
Yeah.
How does that sound?
He's definitely happy about that.
Okay, so you bring it down. And with that, guys, a couple of things happen. For one, we bring our session to a close. We bring the mystery of the Endless Odyssey to a close. And you guys hit 3rd level. So congratulations. I think that, let's see, 2 weeks from now will be the 29th, which means I'll be on vacation. So actually, we've got a month between now and our next session. So we got plenty of time to have you guys level up.
Nice.
We're also going to, because we're kind of keeping pace with our actual time, it means that it'll be the summertime finally when we return. So if you guys have things you want to be doing with your downtime, we can think about that. We'll definitely start next session filling in the months between when this mystery started and when it picks up. I'm also going to give you guys the reward, the money that you got from this particular investigation, because you will have a chance to spend that and get some other new stuff. Otherwise, congratulations, guys. We're getting level 3.
Nice.
So,
our letter writing campaign to the GM finally worked.
I'll delete that draft.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's
there
awesome.
you go.
Cool.
Fantastic. All right, then. So for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for Part 8, the final chapter of the Endless Odyssey. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. In addition, there's a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server where all of us are active. We have channels there dedicated to this game, this campaign, and every other game we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great channels and a bunch of great people. There's tons of great conversation over there. Lots of good knowledge that people are always happy to share. So if you have questions about and whether it's any of the games we run or otherwise, definitely feel free to join us over there. In addition, there's a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages. That's a charity fundraising campaign, and it's only about 2 weeks, or no, only about a month off now from when our next charity raffle will be happening for that. Any donations that go through that link go to SOS Children's Villages International, a really great organization active in over 130 countries that benefits over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and the surrounding countries at present. There are also, as a small way of saying thank you to people who donate through that link, all funds of which go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help the kids who help there. For every $25 Canadian that you donate, you will have one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes we have in our next charity raffle. The grand prize, well, actually, our first 3 prizes are all supplied by our friends at Beadle and Grimm's Pandemonium Warehouse. The grand prize is a copy of Beadle and Grimm's Platinum Edition Wild Beyond the Witchlight box set, a $500 US product that they have very generously donated for us. Second prize, if you're a Pathfinder 2 fan, is a gold edition of the, not Paridar, of the Absalom, City of Lost Omens box set. The very best box set I've ever seen. I did an unboxing of it on the channel as of late, and that is one of the things I'm bringing with me on my vacation because I can't wait to dig into that thing. It's super fucking cool. Third prize is a copy of their silver edition Fizben's Guide to Dragons, an amazing product that likewise has a bunch of monster cards and a DM screen and all the some extra material. All the encounters in there are also broken up into separate little locations. There's maps. It's just an incredible product. And if you don't win any of those things, there's still some other great prizes, including some prizes from our Dungeon Musings Redbubble shop, like T-shirts and posters and mugs and water bottles. There's also a chainmail dice bag made by our resident armor smith, Dave. There's a full set of the 3 core books for AD&D 2nd Edition, Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and Monstrous Manual. There's also a copy of the newest 5th Edition Iron Kingdoms books that our buddy Jeff has donated, including the DM screen. There's also a copy of Jackals from our friend J.M. DeFogie, the terrific Bronze Age fantasy RPG, as well as a couple other great prizes that I'm forgetting right now from members of the community, but lots of great prizes, lots of great ways of saying thank you to the generous donors. And again, all donations go directly to the folks who benefit from that. In addition, we just had yesterday our first charity session of the game, and donors through the Hero Save Villages campaign also get the opportunity to help shape those by either, last time we had one person create a character for the session. We also had people affect what resources the heroes had access to, how difficult things were, and that will continue to be the case for the coming months and for our next charity session. So lots of great opportunities, and again, all donations go directly to SOS Children's Villages International to help the kids who benefit from their services. The last thing I will say is, and also I'll mention that our friends at Noble Knight Games, the preeminent retailer of out-of-print or secondhand games in North America, they are having their, for this month, they're having their annual spring sale, so you can save a huge amount on a variety of different products over there. Outside of that sale, you'll also be able to enter the code DungeonMuser to save 10% in your purchase if you're listening to this outside of that time. as long as you're purchasing $10 or more of product through their website. It's not only out-of-print stuff they have, but their out-of-print stuff is particularly impressive, and they even have a wish list. If they don't have in stock what you want to get, that you can put on a wish list, and then as it comes in, they'll notify you, and you might be able to pick it up. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart illuminators. So, Sean, James, Ingolf, Carl, and Darren, thank you so much for playing today, guys. Congratulations on bringing an end to the mystery of the Endless Odyssey and a seeming end to the threat posed by Augustus Thorngrove. I wonder whether we'll see his mistress again. Until next time, then, folks, we'll be back. I will be on vacation the next time we have our game scheduled normally for this, but we will be back in a month's time, or in 4 weeks' time at least. Until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our stalwart illuminators are uncovering in the grimy streets of Paridar. Until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.